CQ40, CQ40. Golf Mike 8 Oscar Foxtrot Quebec. Golf Mike 8 Oscar Foxtrot Quebec, calling CQ40. CQ, Golf Mike 8 Oscar Foxtrot Quebec. Golf Mexico 8 Oscar Foxtrot Quebec, calling CQ. CQ, Golf Mike 8 Oscar Foxtrot Quebec. Golf Mexico 8 Oscar Foxtrot Quebec, CQ40.
You're sounding well, Jeff.
Zulu Oscar Alpha.
MI0VKO.
Mike Italy 0, give me the call again.
Mike India 0 Victor Kilo Oscar.
Victor Kilo Oscar, yeah, okay. Very good evening to you there, Dave. Thanks for calling in. Yeah, lovely signal. You're 5-9 plus into foggy Orkney Islands, Dave. Nice to hear you again. We had a contact a couple of months ago. Hope everything's well with you there. QSL?
Yeah, not too bad, Jeff. Yeah, you're a good signal. You're 5-9 plus about 10. 5-9 plus 20. Just trying out a new transceiver, which I got there today at one of the local rallies. It's a little Yaesu FTDX10. Just a stock microphone on it, Jeff. I haven't even attempted to get into the mind field, which is the EQ settings on it, so I'll maybe get that done later on, Jeff. Over.
Yeah, okay, Dave. Well, it sounds very, very nice indeed. I hope you got a good price on it. You don't often hear DX10s going second hand. People generally tend to hang on to them. They're such good radios, but the audio sounds perfect, Dave. I'm actually live streaming at the moment on my YouTube channel. If you want to hear what it sounds like with the default settings, just look for my call sign on YouTube and you'll see the link to the video. But yeah, very nice indeed, Dave. And what, I presume you're just running barefoot power from the DX10. What antenna is it you're using?
Okay, Jeff. So basically it's the FTDX10 with a stock standard fist microphone and a barefoot power of around 100 watts. The antenna is a sky loop, it's a delta loop, and it's up around 8 meters. A full size here on 40 with a 4-to-1 balun at the feed point. So it allows multiple band operation, Jeff. But the only concerning thing about it is, would you believe that the tuner on this radio, it won't tune it up on 30 meters. Where I was running a Kenwood TS590S prior to that. I still have it here. I've got 3 of them, and it would tune it up absolutely no problem at all. I think there's maybe a slightly better tuner in the Kenwood, but I've been using Kenwood for years, Jeff, so it's taking me a little while to adjust to this little change here. But look, we'll try it out for a while anyway and see how it goes, and listen, if I don't like it after a period of time, maybe just move it up.
Yeah, oh, excuse me, Davey. I nearly choked to them. Yeah, very good. Well, yeah, shame it doesn't load up. I would imagine it's something to do with the ATU on 30 meters. Maybe one of the coils has burned through or something. I don't know, but yeah, that's a bit of a shame. But certainly the audio sounds very nice, and you're coming through very loudly indeed. So I'm sure you can get that fixed one way or the other. Dave, excellent. Yeah, we're still running the K4 here and the 6-element Yagi. Yeah, the band's very, very busy today. I was up on the higher bands a little bit earlier this afternoon and not much activity going on. But 40 meters is very, very busy. I don't normally come down this far on the band. I'm normally up the top end of the band, but there's just no space up there. So anyway, the frequency is clear at the moment. Very good, Dave. I'll let you get off there and get a few more contacts, but good luck with the DX10 there, and if you need any reports, just give us a call. Michael E0, Victor Kilo Oscar, GM8OFQ.
Okay, Jeff. Thanks indeed for taking us in. It's greatly appreciated, and I'll check out your live stream very, very shortly. Take care. Greetings again from County Fermanagh, from Mike India 0 Victor Kilo Oscar. God bless, Jeff. Bye-bye.
Yeah, my pleasure, Dave. Thanks for the call. 73. Bye-bye. QRZ?
GM4ZA, Jeff.
Golf 0, Papa Bravo.
Yeah, good afternoon, good evening, Stu. GM4ZOA, GM8OFQ. Yeah, lovely signal as usual, Stu. I hope everything's well with you down there in Edinburgh. And yeah, I don't know, we worked you on 60 metres before, Stuart. I'm not too sure. My log, for some reason it's not showing previous contacts on bands. Oh yes it is, there it is. Oh yeah, we did work you on 60 metres last year. Yeah, I did the broadcast on 60 metres this afternoon, and my goodness, the propagation was absolutely dismal. I could just hear myself into Hack Green. It was that bad, and I managed to get 2 reports, one from John over there on the Western Isles, GGI, and another one from Pat down in South Wales, GW6AUS. That was it, Stuart. It's the first time that it's been that bad on 60 metres, but I think there's been quite a bit of solar activity, and I think the lower bands are being hit. Anyway, no problems on 40 at the moment, Stu. You're 5, 9, 15 to 20 with me. GM4ZOA, GM8OFQ.
GM8OFQ. This is GM4ZOA. Oh, fine, Jeff. Yeah, it's usually okay. You got the 2 regulars. Spoke to Pat this morning. He was on 40 metres with I think it was Dave with the news, and it was good. This is a new radio. I looked at the DX10 and I read the reports, and I found out that the what's in the DX10 is also in the 991A. But I get 2 metres and 70 cents extra. So that's the 991A that I'm using at the moment. Back to you, Jeff.
Yeah, okay, Stuart, very good. Well, it's sounding very nice anyway. Your modulation is always 100%. So, yeah, the 991's a good shack in the box, and they do sound very good. So, no problems at all. Okay, Stu, I'll let you get off. I'll pick up a few more at the moment. I might be getting a call fairly shortly, but anyway, we'll continue as long as we can. But thanks all for calling in. Enjoy the rest of Sunday down there in Edinburgh, and cheers from a misty, foggy Orkney Island. Visibility about 20 yards at the moment, Stu. So it's been a pretty dismal day. GM4ZOA, GM8OFQ. 7-3 for now.
GM3OFQ, GM4ZOA. Yeah, you just got our fog. We had it on Friday, and it's drifted up to you, so that's where it came from. 73s, have a nice weekend from GM4ZOA.
Thanks a lot, Stu. 73. Bye-bye. Golf Mike 8, Oscar Foxtrot, Quebec. Was it?
Oh, Papa Bravo Whiskey.
Papa Bravo Whiskey?
Yeah, GM8OFQ, G0 Papa Bravo Whiskey returning. Name is Robin, Romeo Oscar, Bravo India November. 5 miles east of Mansfield in Nottinghamshire, small village called Blidworth. Bravo Lima India Delta Whiskey Oscar Romeo Tango Hotel. You're 5 and 9 plus 20 there, over.
Okay, Robin, good afternoon. Nice to hear you again. I see we've had one contact with you just over a year ago. 2nd of May last year we had a contact on 40. Yeah, you've got good signal into the Orkney Islands. You're 5, 9, 10, 15 dB. Nice clear frequency at the moment, Robin, although the band is pretty busy. And this frequency clear at the moment, but probably won't stay that way for long. You know what 40's like. As soon as you find a clear frequency and start a QSO, then all sorts of people start creeping in on the sides, but no problem to copy. A very strong signal there, Robin. Hope everything's well with you down there near Mansfield. We're on the island of Hoy, 20 miles off the north coast of Scotland, and the name's Jeff. Golf Echo Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot. G0PBW at GM8OFQ.
G0 Papa Bravo Whiskey returning. Thank you, Jeff. Yeah, lovely strong signal down here into Nottinghamshire. Temperature's about 16 degrees. Lovely sunny weather at the moment. It's been a lovely afternoon there, Jeff. Mind you, the weather's not been good just lately, and it's been nice to get in the garden today and do a bit of work there, Jeff. But lovely to hear you. Lovely strong signal, and yeah, it's great to know everything's nice up there for you, Jeff. And great to hear you, Jeff. And thank you very much for coming back to the call there. GM8OFQ, this is G0PBW. Very good evening to you, Jeff. I'll let you get some more calls there, over.
Yeah, okay, Rob. Well, thanks a lot for calling in, and I'm sure we'll catch up with you again. Maybe not quite so long until the next one. So in the meantime, stay well, and 73 from Orkney Island. G0PBW at GM8OFQ. Bye-bye.
Many thanks, Jeff. GM8OFQ, G0 Papa Bravo, Whiskey Clear. Good evening, Jeff.
Whiskey. Papa Delta 1.
Golf 4, Oscar Baker, yeah.
Yeah, good evening, Des. Golf 4, Oscar Baker, George Mike 8, Oscar Fox, Quebec. How you doing, Des? Everything okay?
Yeah, everything is going as well as can be expected. We've just come back from Oxford. We went up to Oxford to visit relatives today, and we just got back. It's about a 2.5-hour drive from here. Lovely sunshine though, 21 degrees. It's looking good, over.
Oh my goodness, that's tropical weather you've got down there, Des. I think we might have got up to 9 degrees today. But it's pretty misty and foggy up here. But anyway, no problem. I think the rest of the week looks a little bit brighter and clearer. But it hasn't been raining, so the ground is still drying out after a bit of a wet winter. Glad to hear everything's okay, Des, and I'm pleased to hear the family's doing well. And hope you've had a good weekend so far. Very good, Des. Well, I won't hold it. Thanks a lot for calling in, and we'll probably catch up with you during the week sometime. G4OBB, Golf Mike 8, Oscar Fox, Quebec.
Yeah, you're 20 over 9 down here. Very big signal. See you next time, Jeff. Take care. All the very best. Bye-bye.
Thanks a lot for the call there, Des. Take care. 73. Bye-bye. QRZ.
Golf 3, Sierra Alpha Delta.
Golf 3, something Oscar Delta.
Golf 3, Sierra Alpha Delta, Jeff.
Alpha Delta. Very good. Good afternoon. Good evening, Rob. Thank you very much. Nice to hear you again. Hope everything's good with you down there in Stevenage. 5, 9, 10 to 15 into the Orkney Islands, Rob. QSL?
Yeah, QSL, Jeff. I'm running the club course line today. I've been working a few for myself on the others. Sorry, I'm dropping power on this fan. Hope you copy okay. Anyway, just wish you holiday greetings there, Jeff. Over.
Okay, Rob, excellent. Well, likewise, the same to you. I hope you've had a good bank holiday, and I think it goes to tomorrow as well, doesn't it? Our second bank holiday this month, and I think there's maybe another one later on as well. So hopefully you've had a good time this weekend. Rob, just clear it up for me. A G3 SAD, that's the club call sign, is it?
Yeah, that's our Stevenage and District Club call sign, yeah. Normally I'm running G2BKZ. I'm adding the R to my own call now. Anyway, complete washout yesterday down here, but lovely waterfall blue sky. Meter dipole. Anyway, back to.
This is Papa Delta 3, Romeo Delta Whiskey.
On G3 SAD clear.
Okay, Rob, I think you might have a loose connection somewhere. You're a 10 to 15 over, and then suddenly you drop way down almost into the noise. I don't know whether it's a loose connection or something on the microphone. Okay, Rob, many thanks indeed. All the very best, and we'll catch up with you later. G3 Sierra Alpha Delta, Golf Mike 8, Oscar Fox, Quebec.
Yeah, okay. I'm not quite sure what it is at the moment. Anyway, I'll sort that one out. So it's getting worse as I go along. Anyway, take care. GM8OFQ, G3SAD. Bye there, Jeff.
And you're Rob 73. Bye bye. QRZ. Who's the Golf 8?
Yeah, Golf 8 Yankee, Golf November.
Japan X-ray.
Thank you.
Okay, I think there's a couple of Golf 8s. The Golf 8 Yankee, go ahead.
Yeah, Golf 8 Yankee, Papa November. Names, days, locations, North Yorkshire. You're 5 and 9 plus. G8YPN.
Okay, Dave, very good. Yankee Papa November. Yep, good to hear you again, Dave. Thanks for the call there from Richmond up there in North Yorkshire. Yeah, lovely signal in the clear. 15-20 dB into Orkney Island this afternoon. And yeah, it's been a while since we had a contact with you. My log showing September 2020, Dave, on 80 metres. In fact, I think this is our first on 40. Yes, it is. All our previous contacts have been on 80. So nice to get another band in the logs. I hope everything's well with you there. QSL?
Yeah, G8YPN. Yeah, okay there, Jeff. Yeah, everything's okay. It's not been a bad day, actually. He said it was going to be a bit drizzly and what, but the sun's been out. We've been out, as you say, doing little jobs in the garden at the moment. I'm just going to the garage to do some, I'm painting the cupboard. And I just heard you on there. I thought I'd pop in and say good afternoon to you. It is near enough evening now, isn't it? And I'll let you get on with the QSO there. You've got quite a few stacked there. Nice to hear you, as always, and good solid signal. Nice to catch you on a new band. Golf 8 Yankee Papa November. 73 for now.
Yeah, thanks a lot for the call there, Dave. All the very best, and yeah, hopefully we'll see you a little bit further down. 73 for now. Golf 8 Yankee Papa November, Golf Mike 8 Oscar Fox Quebec. Cheers, Dave. And who was the other Golf 8?
Papa Delta 3 Romeo Delta Whiskey.
Was there another number 8? No, okay. QRZ. Okay, Golf Italy 0, Victor Golf Lima. Good evening. Thanks very much for calling in, George. Nice to hear you again. You're 5-9 plus into the Orkney Island, George. QSL?
Okay, Jeff, a pleasure speaking to you again. And you're 20 over 9 here on a Q5 audios as usual. And as you know, the name on this side is George. We're about 45 miles from Belfast and 70 miles from Dublin. QSL?
Yeah, QSL, George. Yes, I know where Newry is. I don't know if I mentioned to you in one of our previous QSOs that the XYL and myself used to live in Northern Ireland up at Aldergrove. Many years ago we were working for British Airways airline, and as a youngster I was living in Ballykelly up there near Derry for a few years, so we know the area pretty well. Very nice to see you again, George. See, we had a contact with you back in November last year. So thanks a lot for the call this evening. Have a very pleasant evening over there in Newry. 73 from Orkney Island. GI0VGL, GM8OFQ. Back to you there, Georgia.
Okay, Jeff, thanks for the contact. Pleasure as always. Yes, I remember that conversation. And, well, I'm sure you have fond memories of up there. So I'll not hold it up. Best of luck. Have a good evening. And look forward to making your acquaintance very soon. Golf Mike 8, Ocean Fox, Quebec, GI0VGL. 73, Jeff. Bye-bye.
My pleasure, George. Thank you. Bye-bye. QRZ.
Golf 0 Alpha Uniform Radio.
Golf 0 Alpha Uniform Radio. Good evening, Adam. Yeah, nice signal. You're 5-9-20 plus into Orkney Island. QSL?
Yeah, good evening, Jeff, and thanks very much for coming back to the call. Yeah, you're about 30 over 9 with me, and just outside the city of Chelmsford, southeast of England. I did try calling QRP a few times with 4 watts. I'm running a little Hermes Light FDR. but there were so many strong signals, I gave up and put the amplifier on, so I'm running just under 100 watts at the moment, Jeff. Back to you.
Okay, Adam, yeah, sorry about that. There's a few people calling, but anyway, if you want to drop down to 4 watts, I'll give you a quick report.
Okay, just one moment. This is G0AUR calling GM8OFQ.
Okay, well you're 5.8 there, Adam. You dropped from 20 plus down to 5 and 8. So yeah, that sounds about right, from 100 down to 4 watts. Yeah, very good indeed. Yeah, the band's in pretty good shape at the moment. A nice quiet frequency as well. So no problem to copy there with the QRP. So thanks very much indeed. Okay, Adam, I am live streaming on YouTube. If you're interested, you want to hear what your signal sounds like, just look for GM8OFQ on YouTube and you'll see the link to the live stream video and audio. Cheers for now, and 73 G0AUR, GM8OFQ. Cheers, Adam.
Golf Mike 0, Victor Whiskey Zulu.
Mike 0, Tango Hotel Echo.
Golf Mike 0, Victor Whiskey Zulu.
Okay, thanks, Adam, 73. Okay, who was the Golf Mike 0?
Yeah, Golf Mike 0, Victor Whiskey Zulu, GM0 VWZ, QSL.
Yeah, QSL, there's Sam, good evening. Golf Mike 0, Victor Whiskey Zulu. You're 5, 9, 10 to 15 into the Orkney Islands, QSL?
Yeah, QSL, Jeff, you're 30 dB over here, just outside of Glasgow here, but you're absolutely booming in. I won't hold it with you, Jeff, there's a lot of people calling you, so 73's, and the name here's Sam, Sierra Alpha Mike. QSL?
Yeah, QSL, Sam, yes, I know we worked you some time ago, actually. January 2015 was the last contact we had with you. I think that was with a German call sign, a Delta Lima prefix with my Golf 8 call. So, yeah, nice to see you for the first time from the QTH up here in the Orkney Islands. Anyway, Sam, thanks for the call. We'll catch up with you further down. Hopefully it won't be so long until the next one. Give us a shout if you hear us again. GM0 Victor Whiskey Zulu, Golf Mike 8 Oscar Fox Quebec. Cheers, Sam.
Yeah, no problem at all. Yeah, 73's my friend.
Echo Bravo Mike, Sugar Queen 5, Echo.
Thanks a lot, 73. Bye-bye. QRZ.
Sugar Queen 5, Echo Bravo Mike, SQ5, Echo Bravo Mike.
Okay, Sugar Queen 5, Echo Bravo Mike, good evening, Miles. Lovely signal, you're 5, 9, 25, 30 dB into Orkney Island, north coast of Scotland, the name Jeff, Golf Echo Oscar, Florida. QSL?
Hi Jeff, nice to copy you again. Well, just entered my Radio Shack, turned on my PC, and I got an info on YouTube that you are live streaming, so decided to check in. I had to warm up my tubes a bit, HI. You're booming as well, 5.9 plus 20 up to 30, so like a local station. And nice to copy you since, well, the second year since 2021, so been quite a while. GM8OFQ, SQ5 EBM.
Yeah, Roger Miles, yes, I see November 2021 on 40 metres, the last contact, so good to get you in the log again. Anyway, Miles, thanks for looking at the YouTube live stream. You'll be hearing your big signal, and you can see on the S meter that you're hitting well above 20 dB. So, nice signal. 73, and have a good Sunday evening. Bye-bye, Miles.
Thank you very much, Jeff. All the best to you. Till the next time. GM8OFQ, SQ5 EBM.
Thank you, 73. Bye-bye. QRZ?
Mike 0, Tango Hotel Echo.
Mike 0, Tango Hotel Echo. Good evening. Thanks very much indeed for the call. Archie, you're 5.9 plus into the Orkney Islands. QSL?
Yeah, QSL, Jeff, you're 20 dB over. 20 dB over in the town of Lanark, go ahead.
Yeah, Roger, Archie, yeah, you're the same. You're 15, 20 dB into the Isle of Hoy up on the north coast here. Been a bit of a misty, foggy day up here. calm conditions and the temperature around about 9 or 10 degrees. Hopefully you've had some sunshine down there. I think the Western Isles had some sunshine this afternoon. Anyway, we'll look forward to some brighter weather during the coming week. Okay, Archie, good to hear you again. We had a contact last week, so good to get you in the log again. MM0THE, GM8OFQ.
Yeah, GM8OFQ. Okay, Jeff. A lot of people calling on you, so I'll leave you to it. Have a good rest of the evening, Jeff. 7-3, bye-bye.
Thanks a lot, Archie. 73, QRZ.
Mike 3 Radio 0, Papa Juliet.
Mike 3 Radio.
Mike 3 Hotel Juliet Hotel.
Okay, Hotel Juliet Hotel. Good evening, Harry. Big signal as always. 59 plus, Harry. QSL.
QSL, Jeff. I've got you on 20 over here, no problem at all. My brother's coming over from Australia, from Tasmania, in a few weeks' time, and he worked on the Vulcan bombers, Jeff, over.
Oh, very good, Harry. Where was he based? In Lincolnshire?
No, he worked on the Vulcan bombers at Chatterton, near Oldham, and then the big parts went to Woodford and built up at Woodford, over.
Oh, Roger. Okay, Harry, very good indeed. That must have been some time ago, but yeah, very interesting. Well, we'll have to catch up with you later when it's not quite so busy, Harry, and we'll exchange stories, okay?
Yeah, okay, and I hope when he's here and he can just pass on his greetings, over.
Very good, Harry. Excellent. Well, I look forward to that. Thanks a lot for calling in, and you have a good Sunday evening. We'll see you a little bit later on. Cheers for now, Harry. Bye-bye. Thanks a lot. Cheers now. Bye-bye. QRZ.
Golf 0, Papa Juliet X-ray Delta.
Golf 0, Papa Juliet X-ray. Good evening, Chris. Thanks for the call there. Nice signal. You're 59 plus into the Orkney Islands. QSL.
Yeah, QSL, Jeff. Nice to hear you on. Still running the K4D here. I imagine you are as well. But you're 5 and 9, obviously, and lovely clear audio. Back to you.
Yeah, very good, Chris. Well, yes, we're still running the K4D here. I see we worked you back in February. Did you have the K4 back in February?
Yes, indeed. I think I had it before Christmas. I'd have to look precisely, but yeah, I had it before Christmas, and still very pleased with it. Still finding out things. Still looking at the forum and finding what's changed, and trying to keep up to date with it. It'd be nice when we get the general band working, and it's still greyed out at the moment. Back to you.
Yeah, QSL, Chris. Yeah, there's still quite a bit to come. They are working on it, but frequent updates, so hopefully we'll get it in the not too distant future. Also looking for the virtual K4 remote software as well. But anyway, Chris, I'm glad you're enjoying it, and we'll catch up with you and chat about some of the finer points of running the K4. So we'll look forward to hearing you again. Give us a shout when you hear us, Chris. Thanks a lot for calling in this evening. G0PJX GM8OFQ. Over.
Yeah, best 73s, Jeff. Stay safe. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. QRZ.
Michael, Tango, Uniform Delta.
Uniform Delta.
Yeah, hi there, Jeff. Win here, Golf Whiskey 4. Tango, Uniform Delta. Hope you're okay. Lovely signal into West Wales this evening, Jeff. 5-9 plus, go ahead.
Okay, Win, good evening. Nice to hear you. Thank you. You're also 5-9 plus as usual. Into foggy Orkney Islands this evening, Win. I think you've had some sunshine down in Wales. But you're sounding very strong as usual. Hope everything is well with you down there in Aberystwyth. QSL?
Yeah, QSL Jeff from GW4TUD. Yeah, very good indeed. Yeah, some sunshine yesterday. Pretty overcast today, but fairly quiet. I was going to go down onto the beach, but I've had a bit of a cold and I don't really feel up to it. I can't be bothered. But there we are. That's how it goes, Jeff. But great to hear you there, Jeff. Let you go. Loads of people wanted to talk to you. Which is 73 from Aberystwyth. 73 there, Jeff. GM8OFQ, GW4TUD.
Okay, Win, very good. Well, I strongly recommend some of the Scottish amber fluid. That'll get rid of any bugs. So if you do have some in the drinks cupboard, take a couple of pints of that and you'll wake up in the morning feeling absolutely fine. Cheers for now, Win. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Yeah, okay there, Jeff. Thanks for the...
2 Romeo Zero Hotel Victoria Delta.
Okay. Cheers for now, Win. Bye-bye. Okay, who was the Romeo, the 2 Romeo?
2 Romeo Zero Hotel Victoria Delta. Afternoon, Jeff. Big signal as usual in Manchester. 20 over 9 over.
Yeah, very good. Good evening. 2 Romeo Zero Hotel Victor Delta GM8OFQ. Yeah, big signal from you there, Peter. You're 5'9" plus 15 into the Orkney Islands. Very nice modulation on your audio, Peter. QSL?
Yeah, I'm still using the 101, Jeff. I've been shouting at you for ages. I've got a little 5 watt SDR thing, but I couldn't get through, so I've gone on the bigger radio. But yeah, it's working, and you sound as good as you always do on the K4, buddy. Right, I won't hold it. I know there's loads of people shouting. Good luck with the rest of the day. 7-3 from Manchester. Take care, buddy.
Yeah, thanks for the call, Peter, and good luck from Orkney Island. We'll see you next time. 73. Bye-bye. This is Golf Mike 8 Oscar Foxtrot, Quebec. Yours, Ed?
Delta 3, Echo Delta.
Who's the 3 Echo Delta?
Papa Denmark 3, Echo Delta, Roger.
Okay, good evening, Eric. Papa Delta 3 Echo... Sorry, Ed. Papa Delta 3 Echo Delta. You're 5'9" plus, Ed. Give us up.
Yeah, Roger, good evening. You're, as always, 10 dB over 9, but you need also some propagation. Propagation is quite good on 40 tonight, so no problem to receive you here. And I must say that we had a very rainy day here. I don't know how it was on the Orkney Islands, but it was rainy. Temperatures are quite high, about 18 degrees, sometimes 20. Very humid, and sometimes a little bit it feels like a warm day, but how is it on the Orkney Islands, over?
Well, today, as yesterday, it's been misty and foggy up here on the north coast of Scotland. Temperature around about 9-10 degrees today. Fairly calm conditions, not too much wind, Ed. So it's been a bit of an overcast day. Anyway, the rest of the week looks pretty good, so we're going to get some clearer weather. Maybe we'll see an aurora later if the cloud disappears. There has been a lot of solar activity, and we're forecast for auroral conditions. So we'll keep our fingers crossed. Okay, Ed, thanks very much for calling in. Always good to hear you coming in there from Rotterdam. Have a good Sunday evening. Papa Delta 3 Echo Delta, Golf Mike 8 Oscar Fox, Quebec. 73, Ed.
Yeah, Rod, thanks for that information, and I hope you see the aurora. That must be beautiful. Thank you, 73, and have a great evening. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Ed. 73. Bye-bye. Golf Mike 8 Oscar Fox, Quebec. Live streaming on YouTube if anybody's interested. GM8OFQ. QRZ. Who's the India Whiskey?
Golf 1 Delta India Whiskey in Cambridgeshire.
Okay, Golf 1 Delta India Whiskey. Very good evening. Thanks for the call from Cambridgeshire. I think Peter, I'm not too sure what your name is. Name here, Jeff Golf Echo Oscar Foxtrot, and we're in the Orkney Islands on the island of Hoy. QSL?
T1DIW, Golf 1 Delta India Whiskey returning. The name here is Paul. We are between Huntingdon and Peterborough, and I don't know what signal to give you because you could be in the back garden as far as I'm concerned. You're coming in down here absolutely fantastic, considering that I've just got an upright multiband from G1DIW.
Okay, Paul, very good. Well, thanks for that nice report. You're 5, 9, 10, 15, a little bit of QSB on your signal, but nice modulation on your audio. The frequencies are clear and quiet at the moment. So no problem to copy there. We're running here 400 watts, Paul. The rig is a K4 Delta from Aircraft, and the antenna is a 6-element phased Yagi, which is beaming across the water here from the Orkney Islands down there in your direction. So that's the situation up here on a bit of an overcast, foggy day. Anyway, Paul, nice to meet you for the first time, I believe, so hopefully we'll catch up with you further down. A G1DIW, GM8OFQ.
G1DIW returning briefly, yes. This end, it's one of these newfangled FT710s. I'm having to get used to the realms of digital or computer-driven, whatever. It's something new. So, yeah, 73s, the weather down here has been beautiful this afternoon, and we look forward to the rest of the week. Take care, and look forward to making contact again some other time down the log. From Golf 1 Delta India Whiskey.
Yeah, very good, Paul. When you see your 710 is sounding very, very nice indeed. And as I said just a few moments ago, we are live streaming on YouTube. If you're interested in listening to what your signal sounds like, just look for GM8OFQ on YouTube. We'll look forward to the next time, Paul. Take care in 73. G1DIW, Golf Mike 8, Oscar Fox, Quebec, 73. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye. QRZ. Victor Papa Uniform.
How you doing, Jeff? Mexico Zero, Victor Papa Uniform, Jason near Lanark, Jeff. Your signal couldn't be any stronger, Jeff. You're 60 over, absolutely end stopping tonight. Cue yourself.
Okay. Okay, Jason, 2 Mike 0, Victor Papa Uniform. Yeah, nice to hear you again, Jason, and thanks for that nice report. Yeah, you're peaking 15, nearly 20 dB up here into the Orkney Islands, so no problems to copy there from Lanarkshire. Yeah, we had a contact with you back last month, I believe. Yeah, just over a month ago we had a contact, Jason. Anyway, I hope everything's well with you there, okay?
Not too bad, Jeff, not too bad, thank you. I'm using my old Mark 2706 SciComm tonight, so I'd be interested to hear how it sounds on your live feed YouTube channel, Jeff.
Okay, Jason, well, just look for GM8OFQ on YouTube and you'll hear it. It sounds very nice and I have no problems with it. It's smooth and clear modulation there, Jason. So good luck and thanks again for calling in. 2M0 VPU, GM8OFQ.
Cheers, Jeff, 73.
Thanks a lot, Jason, 73, buddy. Bye-bye. QRZ. Golf Mike 0. Was that Mike Echo Mike?
Yeah, Roger, Golf Mike 0, Mike Echo Mike here. His name is Graham and I'm calling you from Elgin. You're a good 5 and 9 plus here. Back to you.
Okay, Graham, very good evening and thanks for the call there from Elgin, not too far away from us. 5-9 plus into the Isle of Hoy up in the Orkney Islands there, Graham, and our first contact with you, I believe, the log showing this as number 1. So good to meet you there, Graham, and I wonder, just tell me what your working conditions are.
Yeah, roger that. Yeah, I'm running a DX3000 Yaesu through an end-fed, half-wave end-fed, 40 metre end-fed. All very makeshift at the moment, actually in the middle of moving QTHs, so I'm just giving this a shot to see if it still works. Back to you.
Yeah, very good, Graham. Yeah, it's still working very nicely, so no problems at all there. 5, 9, 10, 15... your report on the S-meter. Okay, Graham, well, good luck with getting the shackles sorted out, and we'll look forward to catching up with you again for another contact in the log. GM0 MEM, Golf Mike 8, Oscar Fox, Quebec, 73, bye-bye.
Yeah, Roger, thanks for the copy there, and enjoy the rest of the study there. 73.
Thanks, 73, bye-bye. QRZ? Who's the portable? Yeah, sorry, just the portable. The portable again?
Mexico 7, Charlie Queen X-ray portable jet.
Okay, Mexico 7, Charlie Queen X-ray portable. Nick, good evening. Yeah, good signal. You're 5859 in the clear then, Nick. QSL?
Yeah, QSL, good evening, Jeff. Nice to see you again, and thank you for the 58. You are 59 plus, sunny Bridport in the county of Dorset, QSL.
Ah, very good, Nick. Well, glad you got some sunshine there down there on the south coast. And what antenna are you running portable?
I'm using a Soda Beams linked dipole, Jeff. Using the X6100 running 10 watts into the Soda Beams linked dipole. Back to you.
Very good. Okay. Well, it's working very well then, Nick. You're making the trip up to Orkney Island anyway. So good luck. Have fun on the portable operation. And we'll catch up with you again a little bit further down. Cheers for now, Nick, and 73. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Many thanks, Jeff. Always great to work with you. GM8OFQ and 72X. 73, Jeff.
Thank you, Nick. 73. Bye-bye. QRZ.
Hotel Lima Mike OFQ, this is
Hotel Lima Mike.
Papa. Papa Delta 2, Hotel Lima Mike. Good evening.
Papa Delta 2, Hotel Lima Mike. Yeah, good evening. Thanks very much, Gerard. You're 5959 plus into Orkney Island, north coast of Scotland, and the name Jeff. QSL?
Yeah, QSL, you are 5 by 9 plus. A month ago we have a contact, but I'm now at home. A month ago I was on holiday from the islands of the Netherlands, Terschelling, and I heard you and I give a shout. Over.
Yes, okay, Gerard, very good. Well, nice to meet up with you again. I hope you had a good holiday. Your good signal, you're 59 plus 10 dB into the north coast of Scotland. Thanks a lot, Gerard. We'll look forward to meeting again. Enjoy the rest of the weekend, and 73 from Scotland. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, 73.
Thank you, bye-bye. QRZ.
G3, Victor, November, Papa.
November Papa again?
Golf 3, Victor, November, Papa.
Okay, Golf 3, Victor, November Papa. Yeah, very good signal in the clear, no problems. You're 5959 plus into the Orkney Islands, Peter. QSL?
QSL, that's excellent. Good evening, Jeff, and good to hear you. Very strong signal here, east coast of England, Malden in Essex, which is at the head of the Thames estuary. Go.
Ah, very good, Peter. Well, pleased to meet up with you for the first time. I believe this is our #1 contact. My pleasure. We're located on the Isle of Hoy in the Orkney Islands, 20 miles off the north coast of Scotland, Peter. So I hope everything is well with you down there in Malden. Running 400 watts here, K4 Delta, and a 6-element phased Yagi antenna beaming south from Orkney Island. Peter, QSL?
QSL, GM8OFQ.
Everything is well with you down there in Malden. Running 400 watts here.
And the weather is fine, the sun is shining in between the occasional clouds, and the temperature here in Essex is, where I am, is 21 degrees. So it's a warm evening. Hope all is well with you.
Yeah, very good, Peter. Well, not quite so tropical as you've got down there. 10 degrees today, misty and foggy, but calm conditions. And hopefully some brighter weather coming up during the coming week. Okay, Peter, thanks very much for calling in. Please give us a shout if you hear us again. In the meantime, stay well, and 73 from Orkney Island. G3 VNP, Golf Mike 8 Oscar, Florida, Quebec. Bye-bye, Peter.
Yeah, bye-bye, Jeff.
Thank you, bye-bye. QRZ.
10 degrees today.
Who's the number 5?
Calm. Echo India 5 kilo with PI5 Roger.
Yeah, Roger. Echo India 5 kilo whiskey. Very good evening, Oliver. Thank you for calling in there from County Carlow, I think you're in. You're 5959 plus in Orkney Island, Oliver. QSL?
Yeah, very good. Good afternoon. Good evening to you, Jeff. You're very, very strong here. I've just been listening to you there for a little while, and you sound tremendous back here to the southeast. You're about 20, 25 over.
I'm listening to you on a 3-element full size, but it's beaming towards North America. But you're still coming in very, very strong on the side of it. So nice to work you this evening, and you've got a very big pile-up going on, so I don't want to hold it up there. So back to you, Jeff. GM8OFQ, Echo India 5 Kilo Whiskey, over.
Yeah, very good indeed, Oliver. Well, I guess I'm off the side of your 3-element Yagi then, but you're still peaking up to 20 dB. So don't bother swinging it up in this direction up, Oliver. My antenna's beaming south, so you're sort of off the side of my beam as well. But anyway, the band's in very good shape this evening. Fairly quiet frequency at the moment, so no problems to copy you. And I think this is our first contact with you as well, so a pleasure to get you in the log here for the first time. All the very best there, Oliver. We'll see you again next time. EI 5 Kilo Whiskey, George Mike 8 Oscar, Florida, Quebec.
Okay, very good. Yeah, thanks again for coming back there. Your great signal there. Beautiful audio and very, very strong indeed there. 73, see you now, and take care. GM8OFQ, EI 5 KW. 73 now. Bye-bye, Jeff.
Thanks, Oliver. 73. Bye-bye. QRZ.
Ocean, Mexico.
Who's the ending Mexico?
Yes, okay. Good evening, Jeff. This is Fox 4 Hotel Ocean, Mexico. Foxtrot 4 Hotel Ocean Mike. Nice to meet you, Jeff. You're booming here. You're 69 plus 25 near Paris, QSL.
Yeah, very good evening, Lionel. Nice to hear you there from Paris. Thank you for that nice report. You're also 15, 20 dB into Orkney Island in Scotland. And yeah, we had a contact with you back in January this year on 20 meters. So nice to hear you on 40 meters this evening. Thanks a lot for the short contact, Lionel. Have a good evening and stay well. And 73. Fox 4 Hotel Oscar Mike. Golf Mike 8 Oscar Fox, Quebec. Au revoir, Lionel. Bye-bye.
Yes, okay, Jeff. Very good. 25, 30 over 9. Big signal. Nice to meet you again. Thank you for the contact and enjoy the pilot. 7-3. Bye-bye.
Merci beaucoup, mon ami. 73. Au revoir. Bye-bye. QRZ.
Papa Delta 1, Golf Hotel.
Oscar November 4, Alpha Papa India.
Hey, Oscar November 4 Alpha Papa India. Good evening. Thanks for calling. You're 5-9 plus into Orkney Island, north coast of Scotland, Chris. QSL?
Yes, okay, Golf Mike 8, Oscar 5, Foxtrot Queen. Thank you very much for calling back, yes. And you're 5 and 9 plus. Booming signal from Orkney into Belgium, and I'm very pleased to work you. Wish you all the best 72 for the short contact. Only 100 watts here into a dipole Windom antenna. Not a huge system that it's running. Also the USTDX number 10. Okay, good luck. Enjoy the pilot. Bye-bye from Belgium. Call Mike 8 OFQ, ON4 API.
Okay, Chris, well, you're doing a very nice job there. Good signal from your DX10 and a pleasure to meet up with you for the first time. 73s until the next time. All the best from Orkney Island. Bye-bye, Chris.
Yeah, bye-bye. Good luck.
Thank you. Bye-bye. QRZ.
Delta 1, Golf Hotel.
Okay, Florida 4, Juliet November, Papa, good evening. Thank you very much for the call. Philippe, you're 5-9 plus in Orkney Island, Scotland. QSL?
Okay, so 5-9 plus 20, that's 14 for you. Only 25 whiskey for the moment. Okay, my Tita seasonal French, 25 kilometers from Belgium, 5-9 plus 20 for you. Back to you.
Okay, Philippe, thank you for the report. Nice to meet up with you. Have a good evening, good luck in 73. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, very happy for me, bye.
Thank you. Golf Mike 8, Oscar Foxtrot, Quebec. QRZ. Oscar November 2, Tango Romeo X-Ray. Thanks very much, Jan. Nice to meet you again. 59 plus in Orkney Island, Scotland. QSL.
Also here, big 59 plus in Belgium. Mike, back to you.
Yeah, very good. 15-20 dB over in the clear there, Jan. Thanks a lot for the call. Have a good evening. 73 from Scotland. Bye-bye, Jan.
Good evening and 73.
Thank you. Bye-bye. QRZ. Italy Hotel Sierra.
Yeah, 2 Echo 0, Italy Hotel Sierra. Good evening, Jeff. It's the name's Gary, GT8 ready. Just trying out a new Heil headset. Wonder what the audio sounds like, over.
Yeah, okay, Gary. You're slightly off frequency, but I've got RIT in at the moment. Just give me another 5 or 10 seconds, Gary, over. Yeah, just give me 5 seconds of transmission, Gary.
Yeah, QSL, Jeff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's that like there, over?
Yeah, that's fine. Yep, I've got you on frequency now, Gary. No problem. Yeah, it's sounding good. No distortion. Smooth, clear modulation. So, yeah, it sounds as though you got everything set up okay, Gary, over.
Yeah, that's perfect, Jeff. It might have been me that was slightly off frequency because I might have just got the VFO there. Anyway, you need your normal 59 plus 20 down here, so many thanks for that. We'll let you carry on, 73, Jeff.
Yes, okay, Gary, no problem, mate. Well, good luck. If you're interested in hearing what your audio sounds like, I am live streaming on YouTube at the moment. Just look for GM8OFQ on YouTube and you'll hear audio coming through here, Gary. 73 and all the best. Cheers for now. Bye-bye.
Yeah, 73.
Thank you. Bye-bye. QRZ. Delta Juliet 0, Alpha Juliet. Yeah, good evening. Thanks very much for the call, Ekrem. 59 plus into Orkney Island. QSL.
59 plus, and he just like to say thank you very happy. All about someone station coming to find me. All very bad, Jeff.
Okay, Ekrem, thank you for the nice report. 15 dB over 9 into Orkney Island. Have a good evening, 73. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Jeff. Thanks.
Thank you. Bye-bye. QRZ. 2 Echo 0, Bravo Mike Alpha. Yeah, good evening to you there, Chris. You're 59 plus into Orkney. QSL?
Yeah, QSL, Jeff, you're 59 plus, definitely down here, mate. Definitely down here, 59 plus.
Okay, Chris, excellent. Well, listen, have a good evening down there in Saxilby. Enjoy the rest of the holiday weekend. We'll see you next time. Cheers for now, Chris. Bye-bye.
Yeah, cheers, Jeff. You have a good weekend as well, mate. And we'll catch you down Scratch Pad. Bye-bye.
Cheers, hey, Chris. Bye-bye. QRZ. Who's the ending whiskey? Okay, 2 Echo 0, Kilo Juliet Whiskey. Ken, good evening. You're 5 and 7, 57 into Orkney Island, Ken. QSL? Okay, Ken, thanks for that report. How much power are you running, Ken? Over. Okay, Ken. Yeah, you're coming up 5758. Okay, Ken. Thanks very much. Good to meet up with you again. I see we had a mobile contact with you a couple of years ago, 12th of May 2021. You were operating mobile, so nice to meet up with you again. Cheers for now, Ken. Have a good holiday weekend. Bye-bye.
2 Whiskey 0, Radio Lima Delta.
Okay, very good, Ken. Thanks for the call. Bye-bye. 2 Whiskey 0, Romeo Lima Delta. Dave, good evening. 59 plus, Dave. QSL?
QSL, no problem at all. I got you plus 10, Nick Play, no problem at all from the Orkney. Very strong. The conditions seem to have picked up a little bit. I did try earlier on a couple of stations, but the conditions were up and down. But they seem to be pretty stable at the minute. Over.
Yeah, very good, Dave. Yeah, the conditions are... There's a little bit of QSP on the band, up and down 5 or 10 dB. You're peaking up to 10 dB at the moment, Dave, so no problem. A good strong signal. A little bit of QRM on the sides of the frequency, but it's way down. You're good strong signal. Okay, Dave, good to hear you again. All the very best there. Have a good evening down there. I think you're somewhere near Cardiff, down in the south of Welsh Wales there. But anyway, have a good evening and cheers from Orkney Island. 2 Whiskey Zero Romeo Lima Delta Golf Mike 8 Oscar Fox Quebec. Cheers, Dave.
Yeah, no problem. Many thanks for the contact.
Bravo.
I'll catch you again soon.
Thanks, Steve.
7-3, stay safe.
Lima 6 Hotel Bravo.
2 Romeo 1, Bravo Romeo. Mike 0 Echo.
Okay, who's the 2 Romeo 1?
Yeah, 2 Romeo 1, Bravo Romeo Yankee. Brian in North Wales, we have spoken before. I just thought I'd make use of the coordination call sign.
Yep, okay, Brian. 2 Romeo 1, Bravo Romeo Yankee. Yeah, good to hear again. I think we had a contact a couple of months ago with you there, Brian, but nice to hear you with the coronation prefix in your call sign there. A 5.9 10 dB into the Orkney Island, Brian. QSL?
You're plus 40 on the meter here this evening, so you're doing well tonight. You're plus 40 on the meter. Thank you for coming back to me. 7-3s, I'll let you crack on. 2 Romeo 1, Bravo Romeo Yankee. Thank you, 73s.
Yeah, okay, Brian. Well, in the clear, you're coming up to 15 dB there. There's a bit of QSP on the band, but a big signal and lovely modulation on your audio. Okay, Brian, thanks very much indeed. Good luck with the call sign, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Golf Mike 8 Oscar Foxtrot Quebec, you was it?
Lima Bravo 1,
Lima Bravo 1 Papa. Lima Bravo.
Lima Bravo 1 Hotel.
Lima Bravo 1 Hotel. Thank you for the call there, Froda. Good evening. You're 5.9 plus in Orkney Island, north coast of Scotland. The name Jeff Golf Echo Oscar Florida. QSL?
Thank you very much. My name is, as you mentioned, Fuda, and I am in Trondheim, Norway. Very nice signal here in the middle of Norway. 5.9 clear, crystal clear. Golf Mike 8 Oscar Fox Quebec from Lima Bravo 1 Hotel.
Yeah, okay, Froda, very good. Well, nice to meet up with you for the first time. Thanks for that report from Trondheim. You're 10 to 15 dB into the north coast of Scotland. Off the back of my beam, Froda, I'm beaming south from the north coast of Scotland, but no problem. Very good signal coming into Orkney Island. All the very best. Thanks for the call, Froda. We'll look forward to meeting up again. Lima Bravo 1 Hotel Golf Mike 8 Oscar Florida Quebec 73. Bye-bye.
7-3, bye-bye. Good luck.
Thank you. Bye-bye. QRZ. Mike 0 Yankee Romeo uniform. Good evening. Good signal. You're 5.9 plus into the Orkney Island, Steve. QSL?
Thank you very much for that, Jeff. This is my, I've just had a revamp on the antennas, and so it's loosely based on a doublet, and this is its first trial, so I'm pleased to make it to the Orkney Islands. I'm just about 10 miles north of Norwich in Norfolk, and the name's Steve. I think you already said that. Back to you, Jeff.
Yeah, okay. Very good, Steve. Well, our first contact with you. So a pleasure to meet up with you and get you in the log here. Hopefully we'll have a few more contacts with you further down. Yeah, lovely signal. You're 10 to 15 into the Orkney Islands, Steve. The island of Hoy, the name Jeff Golf Echo Oscar Foxtrot. Anyway, have a good holiday weekend down there in Norwich, Steve, and look forward to meeting up again. Mike 0 Yankee Radio United, Golf Mike 8 Oscar Fox, Quebec.
Thank you very much, Jeff. 73. Take care.
Thank you, 73. Bye-bye. Golf Mike 8 Oscar Foxtrot, Quebec, Orkney Island, Scotland, QRZ.
Mike 0 Echo Bravo Juliet.
Mike 0 Echo Bravo Juliet. Yeah, very good evening to you, Steve. 5-9 plus as usual. Give us up.
Yeah, you're 5-9 plus, Jeff. Lovely to work you today. Hope everything is well with you. It's been a very nice day in Norfolk today. I should imagine it's been up to 18, 20 degrees today, and I've been lucky enough, had a pretty chill day there, Jeff. You take it easy. But I did muck up, and I didn't realise it was bank holiday tomorrow, and I got a load of work in. GM8OFQ, all the best, Jeff. 0EBJ.
Yeah, sounds like a case of too many bank holidays, Steve. Another one to go later in the month, I believe. Anyway, mate, thanks very much indeed. By the way, 35 dB, as usual, a big signal coming up the North Sea into my antenna. Cheers for now, Steve, and don't work too hard. We'll see you a bit further down. Cheers for now. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Jeff.
Thank you. Bye-bye. QRZ.
Hello, Jeff. Golf Mike 8OFQ, MI0SDR, over.
Yeah, hi, Derek. MI0SDR. Yeah, way above Derek. 59 plus. Hope everything's good with you over there in Derry, okay?
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, we're doing well. Everything's going good. Very warm here. It's about 15, 16 degrees. So a good evening over here this side, Jeff. Okay. Enjoy the DX. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Yes, okay, Derek. Very good, mate. Well, you got tropical weather there. We hit 10 degrees today. A little bit misty and foggy. But not pouring with rain, so it hasn't been too bad. Anyway, Derek, thanks a lot for the quickie. Have a good holiday weekend over there. Give us a shout during the week. 73, bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Jeff. See you later. Bye.
Thank you, bye-bye. QRZ.
Mike Whiskey 0, Hotel Mike Victor.
Mike Whiskey 0, Hotel Mike Victor. Darren, good evening. Nice to hear that. Big signal, 59 plus into Orkney Island, Darren. QSL.
Yeah, good evening, Jeff. Hope all is well. Yeah, 59 plus as usual, about 30, maybe stronger on peaks. Just done some maintenance on the doublet, yeah. Missing a few spreaders on the feeder, so replaced them and replaced one leg, and all seems to be okay, luckily, Jeff. Okay, buddy, Lotus Station's calling, 73, and have a good evening. GM8OFQ, MW0HMV.
Yeah.
Golf 4, Mike.
Oh, yeah, I missed the foot switch there. Yeah, fine, Darren, excellent, mate. Well, your antenna's working very well, no problem. 10, 15, 20 dB, up and down a little bit with the QSB, but excellent signal. Okay, Darren, all the best. Enjoy the rest of the weekend, and 73. Cheers for now. Bye-bye. Okay, Golf Mike 8 Oscar Foxtrot, Quebec, QRZ. Okay, Delta Kilo 9, was that Echo Alpha?
Delta Kilo 9, Victor Alpha.
Oh, Victor Alpha, okay. Delta Kilo 9, Victor Alpha, good evening. Thank you, Joachim. 5-9 plus into Orkney Island. My name Jeff. Golf Echo Oscar Florida. QSL.
QSL, good evening. Jeff, thank you for picking me up. Golf Mike 8 Oscar Foxtrot Quebec, Delta Kilo 9 Victor Alpha. Joachim is my name, is correct. You are reported 5-9 plus 20 degrees here in southwestern Germany. I'm running here 100 watts and a simply dipole. Many stations are calling, Jeff. Thank you for the contact. My first contact is Orkney. 73.
Okay, Joachim, a pleasure to meet up with you. Thank you for calling in. Have a good weekend, and 73 from Orkney Island. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, bye-bye. QRZ.
Delta Lima 1, Charlie Whiskey Romeo.
Delta Lima 1, Charlie Whiskey Romeo. Good evening, Chris. Thank you for the call. You're 5-9, 15, 20 dB into Orkney Island. QSL.
Oh yeah, QSL. Yeah, well, I'm using 500 watts at the moment, a rotary dipole, so it's quite working quite well in your direction at this moment. Thanks very much for coming back to my call. Can you give me just
ask your full call sign again, please? It was too fast for me. Sorry.
Yeah, okay, no problem, Chris. The call is Golf Mike, number 8, Oscar, Foxtrot, Quebec, Ocean, Florida, Queen, and the name Jeff, Golf, Echo, Oscar, Florida, Florida. QSL?
100% QSL, thanks so very much, and great signal here, 5.9, also 5.9 plus, depending a bit, my Heathkit linear amplifier is suppressing a bit the signal, so I cannot read it properly, but it should be over 5.9, because clear and loud. Okay, good luck, and a lot of callers, thank you very much, and happy Sunday, speak to you soon. Golf Mike 8, Ocean, Foxtrot, Quebec, Delta Lima 1, Charlie Whiskey Romeo. Bye-bye.
Yeah, my pleasure, Chris. Thank you very much, and we'll see you a little bit further down. 73. Bye-bye. Okay, let me just give Ian a call there. 2 Echo 0, Golf Yankee Romeo. Ian, if you're still on frequency, go ahead.
Yeah, Golf Mike 8, I'm still yeah, 2EZOGYR. Yeah, good evening there, Jeff. Lovely to hear you. Yeah, you're 5.9 and perhaps 20 here into Cornwall, QSL.
Yeah, very good, Ian. Well, thanks for that report, and thanks for watching the live stream video on YouTube. Yeah, good signal, 5, 9, 10 to 15 into the north coast of Scotland, Ian, and good to hear. Yeah, we had a contact with you last month, I think, back in April. So good to hear you again. Thanks a lot, Ian. I'll enjoy the rest of the weekend, and we'll see you next time. 73 for now. Bye-bye.
Yeah, cheers, Jeff. Yeah, you have a good one. Yeah, and it's always good to watch the live stream. They say it's nice to see the shack and stuff and the operating conditions you're in. So it's good for us to see that sort of stuff. Okay, have a good one. And as you can see, you've got plenty of stations to get through. 2EZOGYR going clear.
Yeah, very good, Ian. Well, I'm glad you found the live stream interesting anyway. You can see all the screens and the information that we have up here, and of course you can see your signal and you can hear your audio as well. So there we go. Thanks a lot. We'll see you all the very best, Ian. Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay, Golf Mike 8, Oscar Fox, Quebec. You are there.
Mike 0, Kilo Charlie Victor.
Yeah, good evening, Kev. Mike 0, Kilo Charlie Victor. Yeah, 59 plus, Kev. How's things down there, Robert?
Well, 59 plus 30 for you, Jeff. Yeah, beautiful day down here. Blue sky, sunshine, 20 degrees. Managed to get a few jobs done in the shack today. And, yeah, we're sitting down having a bit of relaxation and a flick round the bands. Go ahead.
Yeah, very good, Kev. Well, I was up on the higher bands a bit earlier this afternoon. It was all a bit quiet. A few stations coming in from Asia. But nothing spectacular. But anyway, 40 sounding very good tonight. Some big signals coming up here. So yeah, good signal as always from you as well, mate. Okay, Kev, thanks a lot for the shout. Have a good holiday weekend, and we'll see you a little bit later on. M0KCV, Golf Mike 8, Oscar Fox, Quebec. Cheers, Kev.
Yeah, all the best to you and yours. Ciao, ciao.
Thank you, bye-bye. QRZ. Papa Alpha 9 Lima Uniform Charlie. Good evening, Luke. You're 5.9 plus into Orkney Island. QSL?
Yes, QSL, Jeff, and thank you for the 5.9. You're 5.9 peaking 5.9 plus plus here on the screen on the S-meter. And indeed, my name is Luc. QTH is Leiden between Amsterdam and Rotterdam. Back to you, to the island of Royal. Golf Mike 8, Oscar Foxtrot, Quebec, Papa Alpha 9, Lima,
Yes, okay, Luke, very good. Well, it's been a few years since we had a contact. August 2018, the last contact we have in the logbook here, so pleased to catch up with you again. Thanks a lot, Luke. We'll see you next time. Have a good weekend. 73 from Orkney Island. Bye-bye.
Delta Lima 1, Alpha Bravo, India.
A few days ago, 2018.
Delta Lima 1, Alpha Bravo, India.
Thanks a lot, Luke. 73. Bye-bye. Golf Mike 8 Oscar Foxtrot, Quebec. You was it?
Delta Lima 1 Alpha Bravo India.
Okay, Delta Lima 1 Alpha Bravo India. Thanks for the call, Ben. Good evening. You're 59 plus into Orkney Island, Scotland. QSL?
Roger. Your signal here in northern Germany is 559 plus 10. Roger, my friend. My quotate is 60 kilometers inside the town Hanover. Back to you.
Okay, Ben, very good. Well, nice to meet up with you. Thank you for the report, and have a good evening. We'll see you next time. 73. Bye-bye.
Roger. 73. Till the next time. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Echo India 7, India Echo Bravo.
Yeah, Echo India 7, India Echo Bravo. Very good evening, John. Good to hear you. 59 plus into the north goes to Scotland, John. QSL?
QSL, Jeff, I hope you're keeping well up there. Your usual 30-35 over down to me. Just a quick one on the modulation on my end. I had a rumour that my modulation is a bit iffy. What's your view on it? Back to you.
Yeah, okay. You have nothing wrong with your modulation, John. It's smooth audio. No distortion. I can't hear any RF. It sounds quite natural. Much as you normally sound. So yeah, I don't hear any problems at all, John. Over.
That's good, Jeff. No, I can't see any issues here either, so it must be on the other end. Okay, you're booming as usual. A lovely day here. Overcast at the moment, but quite warm, reaching 20 degrees here at one point. So perhaps summer's around the corner. I hope it's pleasant up there with you, Jeff. Back to you.
Okay. Yeah, very good. Well, nowhere near those temperatures up here. 10 degrees today. It's been misty and foggy. We haven't seen any sunshine, but anyway, it looks like it's going to be pretty reasonable in the coming week. Very good, John. Thanks a lot for the call. Oh, by the way, if you want to hear what your audio sounds like, I am live streaming on YouTube. GM8OFQ is the YouTube channel. But as I say, it's a perfectly normal modulation. Cheers for now, John. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Okay, Jeff, thanks for that. I won't get down to it tonight. I'm heading for the airport to collect people up there now shortly. But pleasure talking as usual. 73, Jeff.
Okay, very good. Nice to hear you there. Okay, let me see. Mike 3, Fox Charlie Bravo. Mike 3, Fox Charlie Bravo. Jamie, if you're on frequency, go ahead.
Hi, Jeff. Do you have a copy on this? Can you get Mike 3, Fox Charlie Bravo to tell me?
Yep, 59 plus 5 dB into Orkney Island there, Jamie. QSL?
Brilliant. I've got you here like 9 and 20s, like really clear audio. You sound brilliant.
Yeah, very good there, Jamie. Well, thanks for watching the live stream. I saw your comment on the live chat, so nice to see that you're checking in on the live stream. And yeah, nice signal in the clear, no problem to copy you. Okay, Jamie, thank you very much indeed. Fox Charlie Bravo, yep, we have you in the log, so we'll catch up with you next time. 73 for now, and greetings from Orkney Island. Mike 3, Fox Charlie Bravo, Golf Mike 8, Oscar Fox, Quebec. 73. Okay, Mike 7, Golf Yankee Bravo. Mike 7, Golf Yankee Bravo. Go ahead.
Very good evening, sir.
Canada Hotel, Canada.
The other night here to Grimsby. Sounding very well.
Okay, lads, very good. Well, thanks for watching the live stream video. Yep, a good signal. You're 5758 into Hoy, so you're not too far away from us. I think you're in Scarpa, QSL.
No, I'm actually in Grimsby. The boat is Scapa Pilot. It's an ex-pilot boat from Orkney.
Oh, Roger. Okay, Lassie, very good. Well, yes, I see your QTH from QRZ is down there in Hull. Very good. Okay, well, thanks for checking in on the live stream, and we'll catch up with you again a little bit later. So, 73, Mike 7, Golf Yankee Bravo, Golf Mike 8, Oscar Fox, Quebec. Cheers for now. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Papa Delta 1 Golf Hotel.
2 Echo 0, Sierra Charlie Alpha.
Delta 1.
Okay, Mike 7, November Oscar Whiskey. Mike 7, November Oscar Whiskey. Go ahead. Mike 7 November Oscar Whiskey. Go ahead, Neil. Okay, last call, Mike 7 November Oscar Whiskey. Go ahead, Neil. Okay, nothing heard there, Neil. I don't know if you're still on frequency, but thanks for checking into the live stream. Okay, one more call that before we go QRT. Golf Mike 8 Oscar Foxtrot Quebec QRZ.
Mike 0 Delta Charlie X-ray Alpha.
Okay, Mike 0 Delta Charlie X-ray. Yeah, hi Darren, nice to hear you there. 5-9 plus into Orkney Island. QSL?
Oh, QSL, thank you very much, Jeff. Pleasure to get you in the log right at the end there. Well, you're 20 over 9 here in the Bury St Edmunds. Fantastic signal as always and great powerful audio, so pleasure to get you in the log again. Sorry to hear about your mist and fog. I know how you feel. On Friday evening here we had 2 hours of lightning strikes and thunder. Obviously, even though everything's disconnected, and I taught it well and truly in time, always a bit of a nervous time when you first switch the radio back on the following day. But all the very best, Jeff. Won't hold it for you any longer. Pleasure to hear you on the bank holiday. GM8OFQ, Mike 0 DCX. Back to you there, Jeff.
Yeah, very good, Darren. You're 20-25 dB. Beautiful signal, lovely modulation on your audio as well. So thanks for checking in. Have a good evening down there in Bury St Edmunds, and we'll catch up with you during the week sometime. Take care, Darren, and 73 for now. And unfortunately, I have to pull the plug for about 20 minutes. I will be back on 40 meters in 20 minutes to half an hour. So I'll leave the live stream running anyway. So I'll be checking in just a short while. Golf Mike 8 Oscar Fox Quebec now QRT for 20-25 minutes.
2 Echo 0 Victor Delta Foxtrot. Is it frequency news, please? This is 2 Echo 0 Victor Delta Foxtrot.
Yes, it is.
Understand Kelvin was going QRT.
Yeah, 20 minutes only. Live.
Okay, I respect that, and I'll leave its frequency alone.
Much appreciated and good to work you this afternoon. Thank you very much. 7-3.
Oscar, Mike 3, Charlie.
Using this frequency? Anybody using this frequency? CQ40, CQ, Golf Mike 8, Oscar, Florida, Quebec, GM8OFQ, CQ40. CQ, CQ40. Golf Mike 8, Oscar Foxtrot, Quebec, CQ40.
M0 DSK.
Mike 0, was that Delta Sierra Kilo?
Yes, sorry, I was a bit quick, wasn't I? Hi, Jeff. It's Richard here.
Yeah, hi, Richard. Good evening. Thanks for calling in. Why, what a busy band tonight. Yeah, a lot of activity up and down. I hope this is a clear frequency for you. Yeah, I think we had a contact with you a couple of days ago, yesterday I see. Yeah, Nice to see you again. Anyway, I hope everything's okay with you then. Bit of a misty, foggy day up here in Orkney today. Visibility about 20 metres at the moment. 10 degrees, a little bit on the chilly side. Anyway, hopefully you've had some better weather down there with you there, Richard. Anyway, as usual, 59+, M0DSK, GM8OFQ.
GM8OFQ, M0DSK returning. Yeah, okay, Jeff. Sounds a bit murky up, but nevertheless more beautiful than a lot of parts of the country. We've had probably about 18 or 19 degrees, bit of cloud, mainly sunshine today. So we can't complain, but yesterday was particularly wet, so maybe you're just seeing a little bit of what we had yesterday. It wasn't particularly cold yesterday, but it was a good day for radio. So yeah, I'm sure you're just coming back on. I caught you earlier on the live chat, and I wasn't on the radio. But is this your first call since you've come back over?
Yeah, it is. Just had a bite to eat and just came back. But the frequency I left on a little bit further down the band was getting very busy and noisy. But I think this frequency is clear at the moment. But as I say, there's quite a bit of activity up and down the band, which is not unusual for 40 metres. This time of the night it does get very busy. The conditions are quite good. The higher bands were pretty quiet today. Not a lot of activity up on 20 through to 10 metres. I think there has been some solar activity. I did get a warning about a CME that occurred overnight. But anyway, typical propagation conditions. It's been quite changeable the last few weeks. But anyway, we came on about 4 o'clock this afternoon, I think, and then had a break for some supper, and then we'll be on for another hour and a half or so, and then we'll see what the propagation's like a little bit later tonight. Anyway, other than the weather, everything is okay up here. So we were hoping to get outside this holiday weekend and do some work in the garden, but with these misty, foggy conditions, it just doesn't feel right to be outside. I know temperatures, other parts of the country have been up in the high teens, so we've definitely got some cooler weather up here. M0DSK, GM8OFQ.
GM8OFQ, M0DSK returning, yeah, okay. Yeah, I managed to do some gardening after, in the evenings during the week, so that put me in a good position for the weekend to more or less do what I want, really. So I've been out for a couple of nice walks, and then that's made up for between 5 and 10 miles. So that's made up for some seat time in front of the radio. You're quite right. The bands have been a bit up and down, but I tell you what, 15 metres has been particularly kind to me the last couple of weeks. So I've got some nice surprises. DXEC filling the gaps, if you like. So that was pretty good. But yeah, I think you just need to be in there, just looking at the scope, turning the dial, and listening to who's calling, because as soon as it goes on the cluster, then you've got no chance. So I guess we wouldn't be having this chat if you were on the cluster already, Jeff. Over.
Yeah, it generally turns into that sort of situation, Rich. I have a couple of rag chews, and then it sort of slowly turns into a pile-up situation. But anyway, hopefully it'll be quiet for a few more minutes yet. I'm just making sure my live stream is working okay. I don't know whether it's actually going out at the moment. It shows as though it's going out, but I monitor my live stream on my mobile phone through a different internet connection, and it seems to have... Oh, it is working. Okay. I think what happens is when I'm transmitting, the screens freeze up. Nothing serious. What happens is that the K4 screen obviously doesn't give any receive indication, and it looks as though the whole thing's frozen. But yes, it seems as though we're getting out okay. Yeah, well, the coming week looks a little bit better up here in Orkney Islands, so hopefully we'll be able to get outside and cut some of this grass before it gets too long. I did leave it late last summer, unfortunately, and it didn't get a final cut, and the growing season went a few weeks longer than it does usually, and so the grass was about a foot tall, but it was just too tall to do anything about it. And then of course the wet weather set in, and once the grass gets wet, it's useless trying to mow it. It just clogs the lawnmower up. So anyway, 15 has been pretty reliable actually. I'm just looking at my log here, and I see that this afternoon we worked 5 stations in Indonesia on 15 meters. 10 meters was also active in Asia as well, and a couple on 17. So it's just a matter of tuning up and down. One thing I do find with these sort of conditions is that you can quite often you can put a CQ call out, and it's amazing how many people come back. I think a lot of people just look at their band scopes and they don't see any activity, and they just assume that the propagation's not working. But when you put out a call, it is surprising how many stations will return to your call. Anyway, so what equipment do you run on the higher bands, Rich? What antenna do you use there? M0DSK, GM8OFQ?
GM8OFQ, M0DSK returning. I've got a multi-band vertical, so DX Commander signature 12.4, which is a mixture of mainly quarter waves and then 5/8 waves on different bands. So about 450 meters of ground radials, and it's literally no effort at all, really. It's everything just works. All they do is switch the radio, and it works well. So seem to get everything I can hear, which is is good in one way, isn't it? But sometimes I can hear better than they can hear me, if you know what I mean. So it works to get you sometimes, but that's the nature of radio, isn't it? So we have to enjoy that, don't we? And take that as it comes. Just on the subject of cutting the grass, I think I cut my grass every month, all the way through the winter, at least once a month, and there was a day suitable for cutting grass. So, and now we're back on twice a week again. So anyway, that's as soon as the stripes go, I have to get the lawnmower out, Jeff. Over.
Yeah, I see. Well, we don't get any stripes on our grass up here, Rich. It's pretty rough grass. Obviously, it's got to deal with the climate up here, and it's pretty tough grass we have. The lawnmower deals with it, no problem at all, but it's not the sort of grass that you mow down to Wimbledon standards. I've got a weed whacker as well, a motorised weed whacker. We've got about 4.5 acres of paddock area here, and I try to keep it as clear as I can, but we've got these horrible weeds. I don't know what they're called, but they grow very tall, sticky branches that come up out of the ground, followed by some huge leaves. And if you don't keep on top of those things, it's like bamboo. It grows at a tremendous rate, and once it gets too big, then even the weed whacker has a problem getting rid of it. So I do keep on top of that, but we cut it down to maybe a couple of inches length of grass, and that's sufficient. It's sort of paddock type ground, so it's not really level flat. It's a little bit bumpy. So anything lower than a couple of inches, the lawnmower doesn't get on too well. Yeah, so yeah, it's one thing I hate doing, but it has to be done every summertime. Of course, it's a bugger to keep on top of. Yeah, very good. Do you fine on the antenna, by the way? Yeah, very good. Yeah, verticals work absolutely brilliantly, particularly this time of the solar cycle, with conditions improving as they are. A lot of people are using verticals on 10 meters, and when the propagation's working, you don't need anything more than a vertical to get the DX. It's when the pile-ups happen, of course. You know, you get one of these DXpeditions or one of the rarer countries that appears, and as soon as it hits the DX cluster, then you can guarantee within 15-30 seconds all of Europe is shouting, so it can get very frustrating. And what was the other thing I was going? Oh, 6 meters. Yeah. Are you QB on 6 meters, Rick?
M0DSK returning. Yeah, I've got 6 meters. I've got an antenna for 6 meters. I was saying to somebody the other day that who mentioned the same. I think it's coming towards the season now, isn't it? I've only ever taught local on 6, Jeff. So I'm looking forward to this magic band to see how it works. Over.
Yeah, well, I put up my 6 meter Yagi about 3 weeks ago, I guess, and I just happened to catch the beginning of the sporadic season. It had been up 24 hours, and then I had a warning that sporadic was about to happen, and sure enough, 6 meters opened up, and we were working into southern Europe, down into the Mediterranean, Italy, Greece, and Spain, and then the next day it opened up into Scandinavia. So that was a really good session. There is a forecast CME happening tomorrow, I believe it is. They're reckoning that the KP index is going to go up to 7. That'll really fire off the sporadic, so probably Tuesday or Wednesday 6 meters will be buzzing away. So definitely worth looking at the DX cluster for activity on 6 meters. It's a really weird band. You know, you've got to keep an eye on it because when it does open up, it can open up for just a matter of minutes before it shuts down again. Normally it will open up for several hours, but quite often you find that it'll open up for 10 or 15 minutes and then it'll close down again. So always wise to keep an eye on the DX cluster, and also on propquest.co.uk. It's a good website that predicts sporadic conditions, and it's quite accurate as well. Very good, mate. Okay, there was something else I was going to mention to you, but I can't remember what it is there. M0DSK, GM8OFQ.
GM8OFQ, M0DSK, you're returning, yeah. I'm sure there's a number of people that are finding our conversation interesting, but would also like to speak with you as well, so we'll limit it at some point, but yeah, I'm enjoying it for now. It's a habit, isn't it, of flicking on that band. I've got an NFED for 160 as well. I think I spoke to you when we were doing the transatlantic test things. May have done, it's one of the stations anyway, back end of last year. So I haven't done a lot with that either. So I'm guessing I'll watch the cycle come and go, and then I think 160 will come to its own back end, I would imagine. But yeah, there's one thing I was going to ask you, Jeff. I know you've got the K4D, so I've got the Icon 7800, and I'm just interested. I think you may have had it in the past. I don't know. You'll correct me. I'm just wondering if you've managed to do a side-by-side comparison and got any opinions on it, Jeff. Over.
What, on the 7800?
Yeah, Roger.
No, I haven't. I played around with one, but I don't have one personally. The only Icom radio I've got, Rich, is the old 7000, which I bought for the mobile rig. I've got the K3S, and I've got the little KX3, and I've got an 817. I think that's it. Everything else I got rid of years ago. But no, the 7800's a nice radio. It's getting a bit old in the tooth now, of course. It's been around for quite a number of years. But they still work very well. It still looks very nice. I think one thing Icom do get right is the look of their radios. They're very pleasant to look at. Particularly the 7851, but I don't know how well it fares against other radios. I've never compared side by side with the K4. The K4 is still a work in progress. There's still several things that Aircraft need to upgrade on it. It does work very well. The filtering, the noise reduction, the noise blanking, all works as advertised, but there's still a lot of room for improvement, and Aircraft are eventually getting around to releasing upgrades. So the customer support for Aircraft is very, very good. There's no complaints, but unfortunately the pandemic did hit them very badly. The pandemic put a hold on the production and development of the K4, so a lot of software issues that could have been solved way back in 2020 never got solved until last year. But they're doing very well. They're gradually catching up, and hopefully by the end of the year it'll be up to speed. So no problem. I think if you really want to look at the nitty-gritty figures of comparison between radios, then Rob Sherwood's website is the best place to look. He does all his testing under laboratory conditions, and everything is tested right down to the nearest dB. But I think the 7800 is gradually being taken over by all the more modern radios. But the difference is marginal. You know, when you look at the top of the list, I can't remember what's at the top of the list now. I think maybe the 101 NP. I can't remember, but the difference to the normal user is absolutely minimal, and it's very difficult to tell the difference between a Yaesu 450 and something like the K4, for example. You know, it's to the normal user, unless you're a contester and you want the signal rejection, then there's not a lot of difference between the rigs. But yeah, it'll be interesting if you want to take a look at Rob Sherwood's website, sherweng.com. Then that's got all the figures between the differences between the rigs there, Rich. M0DSK GM8OFQ.
GM8OFQ, M0DSK returning. Okay, your signal's peaking up to plus 40 now. That's fantastic. Well, I've had the 7800 since 2008, and I posted on the EHAM in 2008 the jaw-dropping lack of noise. You know, we're just going for one Icom radio, which was a Pro 3 at the time, to the 7800, and there was a day for the same manufacturer. There was a day and night and day difference. It was chalk and cheese. All them comparisons.
Yeah, so I think, it's still working well. I was wondering, new toy and all the rest of it, just to see whether or not there was anything any standouts. I've had the A2 radios before, really liked them, but that was before the A2 were making radios. They were making really good radios, haven't they, for years, but they didn't have the scope on. Icon was the first manufacturer, weren't they, to do that. So that got me hooked in one way, and then I've sort of been stuck with it, because even the mild iterations of the 7850 and the 51 have been better, but not such a big leap, So. But I do quite like the idea of the K4 because the software defined does open up a lot of features already, doesn't it? That you cannot get with this type of transceiver. So that was the extra toys, if you like, just to keep the interest going. But maybe I would buy one and run them side by side anyway. That'd probably be the best way. And then there's no argument. And let's see. I'll thank you for the tip on Rob's website. Anyway, that's the interesting one. And I was talking to a guy, Golf 3 Radio Oscar at on the Icon stand at National Hamfest, and he'd gone 7800, 7857, to the latest one, and Icon UK aren't doing them anymore, but you can still get them from the likes of DX Engineering, can't you? But there's a hell of a price tag attached to them, and whether or not that's worth every penny, I don't know. But anyway, back to you, Jeff. GM8OFQ M0DSK, over.
Yeah, M0DSK GM8OFQ. Yeah, very good. I'm just looking at Rob's website at the moment, and it is sorted. It's sorted on the third order dynamic range, the RMDR, at I think 2 kilohertz spacing. I'm just looking down here. Top of the list is the 101D. The K4 is quite a way down. It's oh goodness, way down. But yeah, as I say, the difference between the radios is fairly minimal, and as a normal operator, you'd probably not notice the difference between a 101D and something like the Icom 7300, which is way down at number 20, I think, 15 or 20 in the list. So yeah, it's all way above my head anyway. Rich. These laboratory tests, they go into a lot of detail and get into the nitty-gritty of local oscillator noise and RMDR and so on. But anyway, I'm happy with it. It sounds like you're happy as well, and that's the main thing. Okay, Rich, listen, I'll let you get off, mate. I'll have a listen around. I've got another maybe 40-45 minutes, and then we're going to pull the plug and go watch a movie on the TV, and I might come back a little bit later tonight and see if there's any DX on 40 meters. I don't know if the propagation is going to be working into North America, but normally around about 11 o'clock or midnight, the North Americans start to come through on 40. So I'll put it back to you there, Rich. M0DSK GM8OFQ.
GM8OFQ M0DSK. Yeah, that's true. I sometimes do the same, just maybe have a little bit of a cat nap in the afternoon, and then I do what's called a night shift. And, somewhere 11 to 1 o'clock or something like that is normally the sweet spot. And it's interesting because you can catch some of the nets that are on, pretty much every day, but you can't always hear them anyway. But
appreciate the chat, and apologies to anybody who's been listening that may not have found it fantastically interesting, but kept you entertained in one way, shape or form, and you can form an orderly queue to speak to Jeff now. Thanks, Jeff, anyway, and we'll speak to you again quite soon, hopefully, and I've enjoyed it. Thank you.
Okay, Rich, yeah, well, it's been a pleasure. I like to have a rag chew every now and again, but we'll catch up with you later on, I'm sure. So in the meantime, all the very best, and enjoy the rest of the holiday weekend. M0DSK GM8OFQ 73.
Thank you, good night.
Thank you, bye-bye. The mobile, go ahead.
Golf Romeo 2 Victor Mobile. Good evening, Jeff. I'm overlooking the battlefield at Naseby in Northamptonshire, and it was a very interesting conversation, by the way. And you're about 5 at 9 plus 30, mostly, over.
Yeah, good evening, Tom. Golf Romeo 2 November Victor Mobile GM8OFQ. Yeah, nice to hear, Tom. Yep, 59 plus as usual, and I hope you've had a good weekend so far, Tom. Are you heading back to work, or whereabouts are you now?
No, I'm just. I've been out this afternoon and
Gone up to a bridge.
Okay, Tom, you dropped out there. I don't know what happened. Okay, then I guess you're just circling around the local area there, Tom. Anyway, let me just take a quick break. Make sure you're back with me. Over. Oh, he's gone. Golf Romeo 2 November Victor Mobile GM8OFQ. Golf Romeo 2 November Victor Mobile, Golf Mike 8 Oscar Fox Quebec. Tom, nothing heard from you. I don't know if you're copying me, but if you are copying me, when you get back on the area, just call back in again, Tom. GR2NV GM8OFQ.
Golf 4 Italy Extra.
200 Delta Victoria Hotel.
Okay, Golf 4 Italy X-ray. Good evening, Chris. Thank you for calling in. You're 5-9 plus into the Orkney Islands on the north coast of Scotland. The name Jeff, Golf Echo Oscar Foxtrot Foxtrot. I think this is our first contact with you, Chris. G4 IIX Golf Mike 8 Oscar Foxtrot Quebec.
Golf Mike 8 Oscar Foxtrot Quebec from Golf 4 Italy. Okay, yeah, fine, Jeff. You're 5-9 plus 20 dB, 5-9 plus 20 dB here in the city of York. Thank you, Oscar. And been listening to you for a while, and I think I have heard you for a while, on other occasions as well, but this is your right next to that first contact. Just running 25 watts here, 20 watts, very low, long wire, about 66 feet. So that's the story here. Jeff, back to you from
Okay, Chris, very good. Well, thanks for the information on your working conditions. You're 25 watts into the long wire. Yep, you're 5.9, maybe 5.9 plus 5 dB. A little bit of QSB, but and also some QRM. I think there's a station just come up on 7157, but you're over the top of the noise at the moment, Chris. And we're running here a K4 Delta from Aircraft, running 400 watts into a 6-element phased Yagi, beaming south from the Orkney Islands. We're located on the island of Hoy, 20 miles off the north coast of Scotland, Chris. Anyway, a pleasure to meet up with you for the first time. Hope the weather's been holding out for you. It's been a misty, foggy day up here off the north coast. Calm conditions, not too much wind, and a temperature around about 10 degrees today. G4IIX, GM8OFQ.
GM8OFQ from G4Y. Okay, Jeff, and thanks for all the information there. Well, we certainly have better weather than you here today. This afternoon it's been 20 degrees. Lovely sunshine, very nice indeed. Actually, I had to take my jumper off when I was outside today, so that's the first, I think, for this year. So there we are. I might if you've got time, Jeff, I'd just like to reduce my power and see if you can still hear me. Just going down now. Now I'm at 10 watts, now I'm at 10 watts, and now I'm at 5 watts. 5 watts now, Jeff. So I wonder if you can still hear me. I'll go back to 25 watts now, which would be very interested in the report from Golf 4 India X-ray.
Yeah, okay, Chris. Well, no problem. You dropped down to about a 5 and 7. You were a 5 and 9 at the 25 watts, and you dropped a couple of S points down to an S7. So yeah, no problem at all there, Chris. But yeah, I mean, you only dropped about 20 watts, so not a big difference in the output power. So yeah, very good indeed. Okay, Chris, I'll let you get off there. I'll see if Tom has come back on again. His signal just suddenly disappeared, so I don't know what happened. He's probably blown a fuse. But anyway, Chris, a pleasure to meet up with you for the first time, and we'll look forward to catching up with you again. Have a good evening down there in York, and 73 from the Orkney Island. G4IIX, GM8OFQ. Back to you there, Chris, over.
Yeah, GM8OFQ from G4YX. Yes, okay, Jeff, thank you very much for that. I'm actually also monitoring your live feed on YouTube as well. So that's very interesting indeed. Very informative as well. So that's very good. Anyway, I'll let you get away and keep the mobile station back on. Very nice to hook up with you for the first time, Jeff, and certainly hope that we can do it again. So my best certainly pleased to see you, and I look forward to the next time. So this is Golf 4, it's me to the X-ray signing off from here. Cheers, Jeff.
Yeah, okay, very good indeed, Chris. Well, thanks a lot for calling in. It's been a pleasure, and yeah, we'll look forward to meeting up again a little bit further down. Cheers for now. G4IX, GM8OFQ clear, and listening for Golf Romeo 2 Victor Mobile. Are you back with us, Tom?
I am, yes. Unfortunately, I didn't blow a fuse. What I did was catch the button on top of the microphone and take the radio off to 7170, where there was a huge amount of noise when I released the microphone, just a tone of some description. So no one got to hear what interesting stuff I had to say, Jack. But anyway, you're 40 over. I've turned the truck round while I was listening to you. I'm pointing in direction with the antenna on the back of the truck. Of course, it makes a bit of difference. So you're 5'9" plus 40, and I worked into Colorado on 15 meters earlier, and I think I heard you working somewhere exotic as well. GM8OFQ, GR2, NV Mobile.
Yeah, okay, Tom. GR2 NV Mobile, GM8OFQ. Well, you're 15 dB with me, Tom. You come up about 5 dB. Now you're pointing up into the Orkney Islands. Yeah, 15 meters, it was okay. I'm just looking back in the log here to see what we worked. I think it might have been the Yankee Bravo stations. Probably 4 Yankee Bravo stations on 15 meters back this. What's happened to my logbook here? It's leapt away into the last century. Yeah, there was some Yankee Bravo stations. That's probably what it was that you heard me talking to, Tom. Yeah, well, your mobile station works very well. Do you cover all bands, 20 right through to 10 on that mobile?
I cover 80 through to 10 with a good slack handful of ham sticks, which, being it's a long wheelbase, I can carry them without having to, push them down and what have you. So they're kept in tune, so to speak, and I just change one and screw another in when I want to change bands. Obviously can't do that on the hoof, but when you're static mobile, it only takes a second, Jeff, and I think it's better really that than an ATAS or one of these
self-tuning jobbies. It's a damn sight cheaper, that's a fact, over.
Yeah, it certainly is. I don't know how much those Scorpions cost. I think probably around about 500-600 quid nowadays. Yeah, they work okay, but of course they are prone, like any active antenna with moving parts like the step IR, they are prone to failure of those electronic components. But yeah, well, it's the same situation that I'm running on my Land Rover. Although I just switch mine with a little coax switch. I don't run a lot of power, only the barefoot power from the Icon 7000. I do have the 300 watt linear, the RM, what do you call it? It's the one with the fans on top anyway. But I've never got round to permanently installing it in the Landy. But 100 watt seems to work perfectly okay. Yeah, that's the best way to do it. But yeah, you obviously get quite a lot of good ground plane connection with the long wheelbase there. I know Rich, Mike 0 Kilo Papa Delta, who spends probably 95% of his life in his mobile truck. He can turn his truck into the direction of the DX. His antenna is also on the back of his truck, and he can pick up 10 or 15 dB of extra gain. So yeah, it definitely makes a big difference rather than having it stuck in the middle of the truck as I have. It doesn't really make a lot of difference with my direction as to the strength of the signal. But yeah, sounds very good. And is it the 706 you've got in the truck there, Tom?
No, it's the only non-Icon radio I own. It's a DX70, an older Linko, DX70TH, and I think it cost me a princely sum of about 150 quid. And I've managed to work the world whilst mobile quite a lot of the time. I've worked actually mobile, spoke to a couple of stations in VK. We've yet to do that with ZL, but I've worked a few ZL stations static mobile, and it's just a good rig. And I don't leave it in overnight in the winter because it gets a bit damp in these old Land Rovers, as you well know. But other than that, it lives in here, and it served me extremely well, I have to say. That I have a little Alpha Lima 100 LDG auto-tuner with it because the handsticks are apt to be a bit narrow-banded, resonance area, so that just helps things a little bit. But that's it really, just 100 watts and a selection of handsticks, which, most of which cost me about a tenner out of bargain buckets at various rallies, Jeff. So nothing fancy at all, but I quite enjoy a bit of mobile, and it certainly beats listening to the rubbish on the domestic radio when you're doing a journey. GM8OFQ, GR2NV mobile.
GR2NV mobile, GM8OFQ. Yeah, well, I don't get a big opportunity to use mobile. We don't do a lot of travelling here, to be quite honest. We travel once a month across to the mainland of Orkney. That's our shopping trip. Once a week we motor up to the local convenience store on the island to get the papers and milk and other essentials. And twice a year we head down south for medical appointments, but only as far as Aberdeen or Edinburgh, Glasgow. We used to travel down to the south of the UK, but for the last year we've just been travelling into the mainland of Scotland. So yeah, my opportunities for working mobile are not as much as you have there. Although coming the summertime, of course, once the weather improves, we'll probably motor up to the top end of the island, see if we can activate some of those rare WAB squares around the western side, around the Old Man of Hoy, and along the coast up to the north of the island, and back along the northeast and the east of the island. There are some mud tracks that the Landy will cope with. It probably won't get up to the top of the hill near the Old Man of Hoy, so we'll probably be able to motor maybe a couple of kilometres away from the Old Man of Hoy, and then backpack all the equipment up to the top there and set up a little portable station. But the weather has to be decent, of course. I'm not into backpacking in wet, soggy, muddy conditions. But yeah, we're looking forward to doing that once the weather improves. Hopefully next month, June, July and August, it should be quite reasonable. The other problem I got at the moment, Tom, and I don't know whether you suffered the same on the Land Rover, but I do get quite a bit of breakthrough with the engine, with the what do you call them, the injectors on the engine. I don't know what it is, whether it's bonding or whether the injectors need suppressing. But it does push the noise level up to about an S6 or 7, and I'm not too sure how to get rid of that. I've not really paid a lot of attention to it, to be honest. I really need to get in there and sort it out. It's okay when we're static, of course. When the engine's switched off, then no problem at all, but when the engine's running, if it's ticking over, it can be quite noisy. GR2NV Mobile, GM8OFQ.
Yeah, okay. Your Land Rover is it a 2.5 TD5 engine, Jeff? Over.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Well, I'm on the old 200 TDI. You see, the things that cause me interference here are only on 40 and 80, and it's the wiper motor and the heater, which is slightly inconvenient at times. So I fitted it's a 20 amp, in fact here somewhere, I can probably get a look at it, but I can send you some details. But it's a commercial. No, I can't see the label on it, unfortunately. It's a commercial thing which is used for usually for car radios and things to stop interference coming through, and you put it in line with the on the power lead to the radio, and that drops the 40 meters. I'd have S7 of noise perhaps with the heater on and the wipers, and that drops it right down to about S3 or 4. It's only a commercial thing. You can get them off eBay. So I'll send you some details of it, but the simple bit of kit, I upgraded the power leads on it. It will supply up to about 20 amps, this one. It's quite a heavy duty one for sound equipment, for these poor racers who have these great big audio amplifiers in the car and things, because obviously you can get a standard suppressor for a car radio that doesn't require a lot of ampage, but this is a more heavy duty one. But I've had them for some years. I've got a couple of them, and I can just pop them in line, and you just run the 3 leads coming out of it, one of which you just run down to the chassis, and Bob's your uncle. GM8OFQ, GR2NV Mobile.
GM8OFQ. Yeah, well, the ICOM 7000 originally came with some sort of suppressor. It's a little black box, probably around about 4 or 5 inches in length and 1 inch deep. And I did take the top off and had a quick look inside. It's got a bunch of coils in there with some resistors. I presume it's just an inline suppressor on the power leads. But it doesn't really seem to make a lot of difference whether if I bypass it, I still get pretty much the same amount of noise. So I don't know what it's supposed to do. It doesn't seem to suppress the noise. Yeah, I'll just have to delve into it. Yeah, if you could send that to me anyway, Tom, I'll be interested. But I think just to anticipate the forthcoming activity from the mobile, it's best to get it sorted out. As I say, it's only a problem when we're motoring along. But I would like to get it sorted out anyway. But I'll get on the internet and have a look around and see if there's any information about that. What else was there? Something else I was going to say to you about mobile operating. It's gone anyway. So yeah, please send that to me there, Tom.
Yeah, I'll send you the details. It's this thing's got a couple of quite beefy capacitors in it, and I know the exact unit you're talking about, which is an ICOM unit. And I think for mains sort of usage, it may be useful, but I'm not sure it'll work in a vehicle. The trouble with electronic injection systems and fuel control things is that they tend to have lots of things going on, and you're quite right, the modern injectors, the common rail injector, is a complex beast, and it can cause interference. Don't know much about that side of it, but certainly for what these things cost, 20, 30 quid, it would be worth trying it, because it's a good thing to have in line anyway, generally, But I don't really have any issues above 40 metres with interference from this vehicle. What I do suffer from, and I suppose it won't affect you, is more and more I'm noticing that other vehicles on the road emitting absolutely whopping amounts of QRM, particularly new electric vehicles, Teslas and some of the Hondas, but also the old-fashioned Honda Civic, Type R and these sorts of things, but the standard saloon Honda Civics from the late 90s onwards. I can tell when one's coming up behind to overtake me, because I can hear this noise building and building, and as he whizzes past, I don't have to put up with it for too long, because I'm the slowest thing on the road usually, but as he whizzes past, it peaks at about 10 dBs over an S9 on the meter. So what the hell's going on with them, I don't know, but it is very specific to Hondas, that issue, and they are combustion engine powered. They're not hybrids or anything like that, but all those Prius things, Teslas and one or two of these other new Jaguars have got all electric vehicles out. Terrible QRM. So fortunately they just overtake me. I don't tend to keep up with them very well, Jeff. GM8OFQ, GR2MV mobile.
GR2MV mobile, GM8OFQ. Yeah, well, I've heard a lot of people saying just that thing about the new EV cars. They're not very well suppressed at all. I was speaking to somebody a couple of weeks ago, and his next door neighbour's got a car, and when he puts his car on charge, or when he's running his car on the driveway, he gets 9+ QRM from his next door neighbour, and his antenna's quite some distance away, probably maybe 50 metres. It's at the back of the house in his garden. The car is sitting on the driveway at the front of the house, and it causes him a lot of grief, particularly, as I say, when he's charging it sitting out on the driveway. So yeah, there are serious issues, but it's not a surprise. I mean, there seems to be so little regulation with commercial electronic devices that are brought out into the market these days. And I don't know what testing they have to go through, but clearly these things emanate a lot of RF, certainly in the amateur bands, 40 right up through to 10 meters. Yeah, it's going to be a serious problem, I think, if the government are going to go ahead with this ridiculous idea of net zero by whatever it is, 2030, 2040, I don't know, I don't pay a lot of attention to it, but you know, unless they get their act together and they sort out the regulations so that these things don't cause interference, then a lot of people are going to be suffering. Yeah, I've also heard a lot of mobile stations say they suffer from QRM, from vehicles overtaking them, or when they overtake vehicles on the motorway. Just a horrendous amount of noise. Yeah, interesting, Tom. It looks like we're getting squeezed in all directions on the bands. The bands are getting busier, there's more contesting taking place, and now we've got all this QRM, so I don't know, we're going to have to find some other hobby, I think. Stamp collecting maybe, Tom. GR2 NV Mobile, GM8OFQ.
Yes, okay. Well, I have to say my stamp collecting days never took off. I doubt it ever will. But just for your information, you've done something that nobody else has managed to do. During that you peaked. You end stopped the meter on the Elinco, 60 over 9. Absolutely rock-crushing signal. So there we are. They were all your sort of strength for signals, Jeff. The QRM really wouldn't matter too much, but there you go. So yeah, I think we're going to have to try and raise the profile of the testing that should be done on things, and I'm sure that all this electronic compatibility stuff is legislated for, but it just seems to have fell by the wayside, and I don't really know what the leverage would be on it. Actually, I think strangely, if HF was used more in aviation, then the fact that these things cause interference so widespread might force them to do something about it, because obviously interfering with aviation communications would be considered very serious. But I'm not quite sure what other leverage we could apply, to be perfectly honest. It's a very, very strange scenario. But there we go. But anyway, absolutely incredible signal. And the only other comment about mobile stations, Rob, who you referred to, I think, who lives down on the south coast there with that absolutely amazing station that he's got there in the mobile, probably the best mobile station in the UK. I've told him that on several occasions. It amazes me how good he gets out, and also the receive on it. But he's got a fairly modern vehicle, and I suspect that will have, because it'll be a Durator type engine, it's a transit van. So maybe he might be the man to speak to about problems with common rail injection systems causing QRM. Just a thought for you. GM8OFQ, the GR2NV mobile.
Yeah, very good, Tom. GM8OFQ. Yeah, well, the thought has crossed my mind several times, and I will give Rob a call sometime and discuss it with him. Yeah, he's. It's amazing what a signal he puts out. I mean, he competes with all the home QTH antennas, people running 3 and 4 element monoband antennas, and you can hear Rob in the pile-ups, and his signal always pokes through, and he certainly manages to work the DX without any problem. So whatever he's done in that truck, he's done it right, and maybe I'll have to take the Landy down there and get him to sort it all out for me, Tom. Yeah, well, you'd think that Ofcom would have a grip on this sort of issue, but clearly they're not interested, and that's just evidence from people who suffer from QRM from neighbours with solar panels. The number of people I've heard that have had problems where neighbours install solar panels, and then the next thing they know, their S meter is hovering around the S9 mark all the time. Ofcom are just not interested, of course. You can call them up and you can register a complaint, but you probably never ever get any solution from it. But yeah, well, we can but hope, I guess, Tom. Fine, okay, mate. Well, listen, I'm just keeping an eye on the time here. I'm about to get a call to go and set up a movie here. But yeah, very good. So, what are you doing? Are you static mobile at the moment, there, Tom? Are you on your way home? GR2NV mobile, GM8OFQ.
I am about to head for home as we wrap this QSO up. I'm going to head back down the hill and go back home for some dinner and possibly a pint later on, and then I'll perhaps be on 80 metres late night to sort of have a chat with my mates around about the place. And then tomorrow is going to be a little bit of time with the missus, and we might have a run out round Leicestershire somewhere before I've got to saddle up at about 6 or 7 o'clock tomorrow evening and head back up for another short week at the salt mine up in the northwest. So we've got a couple more weeks' work up there, and then I'll be back down here hopefully sat on a dozer. So that's the plan. But the work keeps expanding very often at these sites, and they found a few projects that need doing, some stuff that needs digging out. So we've got a couple of weeks left up there, but nice to have a long weekend, well, 2 long weekends back to back really, because it is a bit monotonous, and there's no bed like your own bed in my in my findings. I've done a lot of working away, and of course I suppose you did in years gone by, but it is nice to be home and in your own bed, Jeff. So there we go. GM8OFQ, GR2MV mobile.
Yeah, I can fully agree with you on that one, Tom. I certainly get a better night's sleep in my own pit. Some of the B&Bs we stayed in, I remember one occasion, this was years ago, it was shortly after Christine and I were together. This was back in probably 1999, 2000. We took a holiday up to the Western Isles, and we stayed in a B&B in one of these little Scottish villages, and the bed, it was like one of these First World War camp beds, and the bed had a deep V in the middle, and we kept rolling towards the centre of the bed all the time, and yeah, we didn't get much sleep that night, that's for sure. But yeah, definitely when you get back home you can guarantee a very pleasant night's sleep. Yeah, okay, Tom, just a quickie. What time approximately are you heading out tomorrow?
It should be around about 6:30, 7 o'clock our time. Well, of course you're on our time as well, aren't you? Yeah, 7 p.m. local, over.
Oh, right, okay, then we'll be around at that time, so we'll keep an ear out for you anyway. We'll try and keep you company on your trip up there. I think you say it's a couple of hours up to the works QTH there. Very good. Okay, Tom, thanks a lot for your company tonight. Take care, have a safe journey back home, and enjoy that hot dinner when you get back there. Golf Romeo 2 November Victor Mobile, Golf Mike 8 Oscar Fox Quebec.
Yeah, my pleasure, Jeff. 73, and I'll take a listen on the way back. And tomorrow evening, yeah, we should be on 40 when we're northbound. So hopefully catch you then. GM8OFQ, GR2NV Mobile 73.
Cheers, Tom. Bye bye.
Mike 06 Alpha Delta.
2 Echo 0 Delta Victor.
Okay. Just stand by a second. Let me. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, 80, good evening, Golf 6 Alpha Delta, good evening, long time no here, 80. You're strong, 5'9" plus into Orkney Island. How you doing, Eddie? Over?
Yeah, all good, thank you, Jeff. I couldn't popping in as an official antenna supplier to G2NV. I thought it'd be rude not to come in and say hi. Hi, Tom, if you're still listening. And yeah, very good evening, Jeff. Yeah, I hope all is well with you. Over.
Yeah, everything's fine, thanks, Adi. Nice to hear you. Yeah, back in March, last contact we had with you. Everything is fine up here. A little bit misty and foggy up here in Orkney today. In fact, I think the antenna's sitting in a cloud of fog at the moment, which probably is helping with the propagation, but not so much on the visibility. We can just about see the beach about 20 yards away, 80, and 10 degrees here, a little bit on the chilly side. So anyway, glad to catch up with you and glad to hear everything's okay. Go ahead and give Tom a call, Adi, over.
Oh, thank you. Golf Romeo 2 November Victor, Golf 6 Alpha Delta in the group.
Yeah, good evening, Adi. Yes, this 40 metre whip I think did come from you, and it's been a jolly good purchase. I don't want a refund. You're 5 and 9 plus about 10 dB. I'm up near Naseby on a hill, and good to hear you, mate. From GR2 NV Mobile.
Yeah, nice to hear you again today, Tom. Yeah, good 5959 exactly. And I was up that way last Tuesday. I was doing the, sorry to mention this, Jeff, the RSGB UK AC VHF contest from Cold Ashby. I was going to go to Naseby, but a slight change of direction ended up at Cold Ashby by the 2 radio towers there. But yeah, good to hear you, mate. And back round to Golf Mike 8, Oscar Foxtrot Quebec from Golf 6 Alpha Delta.
Yeah, okay. Oh, excuse me, Adi. I have to give up this smoking. Hi. Yeah, very good, mate. Well, yeah, lovely signal as usual coming up into the north coast this evening. How are you getting on with the K4?
I'm getting on all right with it, actually. Yeah, touch wood. No, I'm on the reflector. I think you are too, with the various things that people raise about the rig. But I'm very, very lucky. I hardly get any problems at all, and it does get a lot of use, like yours. So I put it through its paces regularly. But yeah, so far so good. I've actually got the diversity function on at the moment, Jeff. I'm listening a dipole in the right ear, and my transmit antenna, my 40 metre dipole that's on top of the X beam in my left ear. You're actually stronger on the V dipole, strangely, but transmitting on the dipole that sits on top of the X beam. But yeah, I was going to ask you the same question. So how about you?
Yeah, well, I think we just about mastered the menu items. We can find our way pretty quickly around all the knobs and the buttons now. We're getting used to using the bandwidth and the shift and the low and high filters, the noise reduction, to eliminate all the QRM and the crap that comes in off the side of the frequency. So yeah, still very impressed with the way it's working. I presume you've upgraded to the latest edition of the software as well, which came out a few weeks ago. That solved one or two little bugs. So yeah, at the moment, absolutely no issues with it. I see a number of people are suffering from this power issue with the indication not agreeing with what actual power is coming out. The power calibration of the radio, but I've had no problems. I did calibrate it a couple of weeks ago, and it was absolutely perfect. The power meter, the SWR, gave exactly the power that the radio was indicating. So that doesn't seem to be a problem. The only issue I've had, to be quite honest, and I think it's because I haven't got to grips with it, is on the pan adapter display, setting up the limits of the display. I think what the problem is, I'm running the Win 4K 4 suite, and that's got its own memory for the top and bottom limits of the band scope, and it's conflicting with what is stored in the K4. So on 40 meters, for example, I set up the bottom limit to 7.1 and the top limit to 7.2. When I change bands, if I go up to 20 for example, the band limit, instead of being 100 kilohertz, is 200, from 14,150 to 14,350. If I go back to 40 meters, then the band limits are all screwed up. So it's I think it's my misunderstanding of how the pan adapter works on it. It's a simple resolution to it to get it back to the 100 kcs, but I would prefer it if it didn't change. So that's the only issue I have at the moment there, AD. G680 GM8OFQ.
GM8OFQ G6AD. Well, I don't think it's you, Jeff, because I got exactly the same thing. I run the same software, not all the time actually, but from time to time. And when I do, it does that. Yeah, it forgets the pan adapter display, the visible frequency. It's constantly changing, and I'm not sure if it's because the software's got a glitch in it or something. But that's also my experience for what it's worth. I probably really should drop a note to the developer just to tell them about it. It's no great, as you say, it's no great inconvenience really. And you find yourself going down these rabbit holes, don't you? I like to have the colour on the Win 4K suite matching the colour on the K4. The waterfall colour selection. So I go in there and I start messing about with that. That's my OCD coming through there. But I don't know. GM8OFQ G6AD.
Yeah, funny you should say that, AD. I've done exactly the same. I've gone into the Win 4K suite and adjusted the frequency display to be the same colours as the display on the K4. Yeah, definitely OCD. But yeah, I find it's very useful actually. In fact, I'm running, my logging program is the Ham Radio Deluxe. I've used it for since 2010 I think it was. I first started using the free version. And then when they changed to version 6, I upgraded and paid the, whatever it was, $70. I just find that the Ham Radio Deluxe logbook is more of a Windows feel to it. I get on very well with it. I run at the same time the rig control of Ham Radio Deluxe. Fortunately, with the K4 basically having 3 control ports, it's got the 2 USB COM ports, and it's also got the HDMI control port. The other USB COM port. So I basically got 3 COM ports. The 2 USB and the LAN connector, so I can run basically 3 systems off the COM ports. So I'm running HRD, Win 4K4, and I've also got N1MM as well, which I use as a backup logging program. I've lost the train of what I was trying to say there, AD. Yeah, so yeah, I find it very convenient to run that software, and particularly when I'm live streaming, which I am doing at the moment. I think it's still running. I can show about 8 or 9 screens on the OBS live stream software, which I find very interesting. That's the software side of it. Yeah, the reflector, the K4 reflector is very good. There's a lot of useful information there, particularly from Bob, November 6 Tango Victor. I don't think there's anything he doesn't know about the K4. He seems to be more knowledgeable, I think, than the software developers at Elecraft, but he always has a solution for any problems. And it's a good place to find out information if you're having a problem with it. G6AD, GM8OFQ.
GM8OFQ, G6AD. Yeah, that guy's an amazing. It's the speed he responds as well, Jeff. It seems like all hours of the day and night he's back with the response, practically instantly. It's amazing. And as a first-time Elecraft user, I think it's one of the great non-product benefits of this radio brand is the support community. You got the great and the good of the radio world on that reflector. Some serious big hitters and technical people, and me and you. So I think that's fantastic. It's a great resource that we don't pay a penny for, really, and I'd be very happy too. It's amazing. Yeah, I wonder if you've come across in the K4 suite the additional COM port connectivity. It's amazing. There's actually 6 extra COM ports within the K4 suite. If you're into running third-party software applications, and there are loads, obviously, for the hobby. I've used that to good effect. Not something I do often, honestly, but it's a great extra connectivity. Not that the K4 is short of connectivity. And I just booted the Win4K suite up I like the cluster information coming through on the PAN adapters. I think that's a particularly cool feature, especially if you're a DX hunter. Anything else to report today? It's been a lovely day down here. Thanks for the weather report, by the way. It's still, even now, about 17 degrees Celsius. We've had a lovely sunny day here. I've been out in the garden taking care of some rust on my old camper van, which is a constant battle. And I've had the soldering iron out today, Jeff, but repairing some garden lights that my little Jack Russell's chewed through. I was going to say something rude there. GM8OFQ, G6AD.
Yeah, G6AD, GM8OFQ. Yeah, I can imagine the problems if you've got a dog that chews through your cables, particularly the coax cables. That would not be very helpful at all. Well, I haven't tried the multi COM port system that the Win4K4 has. I just use the single COM port. I'm not too sure whether it takes up a lot of extra memory. I've only got, I think, 8 gigabytes of RAM on this old computer here. It's a 13-year-old laptop computer, an old Lenovo. It's got an i3 processor in it, but there's a lot of processes operating in the background. I've got so much rubbish on it that it frequently maxes out on the RAM. So I don't know whether operating extra COM ports on the Win4K4 suite would overload it too much. As you say, I don't think there's any need for it. There's so much connectivity that comes with the K4 that I can't think of anything else that I would need to add. I've got an HDMI to USB converter here, which I actually use, which is plugged into the HDMI connector on the K4, and that plugs into the computer, and that is what I use to broadcast the K4 screen on OBS for the live streaming, which I find very useful. Oh, the other thing I was going to mention to you, I forgot about that. Yeah, there is, I don't know if you read it on the reflector, some guy has posted an upgrade on how to to run your mouse on the K4, and also for it to run across other monitors that you have connected to the computer as well. I've got two mice here in front of me. One actually controls the screens that are connected to the computer, and the other one is the mouse that's plugged into the back of the K4 to use for changing things on the screen. But there is a method of actually connecting the mouse so that effectively the K4 screen becomes an external monitor on your PC laptop. I haven't tried it, and you can also run a keyboard into it as well. The same keyboard that you'd be running on your PC. So I think I might give that a go sometime in the future there, Ada. G6AD, GM8OFQ.
GM8OFQ, G6AD. Well, I've missed that one, but that is very interesting. My solution at the moment is a wireless keyboard and wireless mouse, and they have 3 channels basically. So at the press of a button, the keyboard and all the mouse can work the K4, or I can press the button, to another channel, and they'll go back onto the PC. But being able to migrate just seamlessly across the 2 devices, I mean, that is a very, very interesting. There's a couple of times where I really could have done with that, and although it's a very short changeover time when you press the button to change device with the keyboard or the mouse, to one or the other, just to have it applied across the screen from one thing to the other, that'd be amazing. So I'll need to go into the archive and dig around for that. So yeah, check in the post for that one, Jeff. Thank you.
Yeah, very good, Aid. Yeah, I think it's probably worthwhile to do that. In fact, I've got three Mises here. I've got 2 connected to the computer, so I can operate from 2 different positions on the shack table, and the third one is the PC, the mouse connected into the back of the K4. But yeah, I seem to be quite dexterous at using the 3 Mies, so it would be much more convenient just to have 1 mouse. Yeah, very good, Eddie. Okay, mate, listen, it's getting towards that time where I've got to pull the plug here and get myself sorted out to go and break open the can of Guinness, which is cooling nicely in the fridge. And then we're going to settle down and watch a movie on the TV, and maybe later on we'll come back and see what the propagation is like. So I'll put it back over to you there to wrap it all up, Adi, and then we'll let you get away there. G6AD, GM8OFQ.
GM8OFQ, G6AD for the final one. Nice to chat, Jeff. Enjoyed that QSO. Thanks for the patch through to Tom, by the way. That was my second contact today with him. 73 from the Midlands, and enjoyed the movie. Bye-bye.
Yeah, my pleasure, Eddie. Thanks a lot, mate. And yeah, we'll see you during the week sometime. So 73 and cheers from Orkney. G6AD, Golf Mike 8, Oscar Fox Quebec, now clearing, and QRT. Cheers.
Good night to both of you from Golf 10 November Victor Mobile, very near home. 73.
Cheers, Tom. See you during the week. Bye-bye.
Cheers.
Good night, Tom. Cheers.
Bon appetit.
Mike 0, Kilo Lima Mike. And still by the frequency, Jeff. Mike 0, Kilo Lima Mike.